the Mercer County area. Tonight on Sports Radio 96.7, we feature a Shenango Valley showdown as the surging Hickory Hornets host the Sharpsville Blue Devils. On 790 WPIC, Farrell aims to complete an undefeated league schedule when the Steelers host Slippery Rock. One of Mercer County's oldest series will be renewed as Greenville hosts Sharon in the Region 3 finale for both teams. Grove City and Wilmington meet for the first time since 2015 tonight in New Wilmington. The Reynolds Raiders have already clinched at least a share of the Region 1 title. Tonight, the Raiders can make sure that no one else can stake a claim to the title when they host Lakeview in transfer. Mercer looks for its first 6-game winning streak since 2009 when they head to Cambridge Springs. And on Saturday, Kennedy welcomes Sakertown. For Flint's Tire and Auto Service, I'm Bob Greenberg.
Are you someone who has a bowl filled with medicine bottles? Discover the safe, secure, and convenient way to take your medications from the Medicine Shop in Hermitage. With Scripties RX, your meds as easy as 1, 2, 3. The Medicine Shop in Hermitage provides you with the industry's best solution to manage your health and medications. For more information, contact the Medicine Shop in Hermitage today or ask your healthcare provider how to schedule your in-home appointment today and start to live a healthier and happier life. Medicine Shop Pharmacy on East 8th Street in Hermitage or online at hermitagems.com.
Did you know that Mancino's Driving School can give you your driver's test? That's right. Mancino's Driving School provides an approved Pennsylvania Department of Education certified driving course as well as behind-the-wheel training. Mancino's Driving School offers one-on-one, on-the-road driving lessons 7 days a week with day and evening hours. They use only certified driving instructors that have undergone extensive background investigation. For details or more information on adult training, go online to mancinosdrivingschool.com.
Countdown to Kickoff is brought to you by the Medicine Shop Pharmacy of Hermitage, caring beyond prescriptions.
We're back on 790 WPIC, and I'm joined by Slippery Rock head coach Larry Wenderoos. And Coach, perfect night for football here. Nice late fall evening at this beautiful renovated stadium here at Farrell. Just a couple of your thoughts.
Wow, first of all, boy, did they do a nice job here doing this. The last time I was on this campus, I'll age myself, was 1989, 1990. I played basketball in their gym. So I never got a chance to see the old field except for on film. But seeing this facility and with the Jumbotron in front of us here, it's pretty impressive what they did here.
This is a region game, but they're 2A, you're 3A. Sort of the 2As have all played each other, the 3As have all played each other. So do you go into tonight's game sort of with, sort of like some maybe different goals than you would to a mid-season game and just, hey, we're going to try to get better at this or we're going to try to get better at that or anything like that?
No, I think you always do that, but the part of this is they've played all the 2A schools, they've played all the 3A schools but us, and they've beat up everybody they've played. So that says what kind of program Amp's got going on, what kind of team he's got right now. They're clicking, they're talented, they're explosive, they're disciplined. I mean, that's just a well-oiled machine at this point in the season for him right there. And, I expect him to make a nice run here in the next, month and a half or so in the 2A program. So, every week our goal is always to get better at what we do. And no matter who we're playing, we're going to line up and we're going to pick things that we didn't do well at the week before. And our goal was to get better at those things. So we did that this week. Again, Our goal was to get better at the things we didn't do well Friday night.
Yeah. I know you and I have often talked about one of your big things is kind of turning the page on the game the week before. But you had to feel pretty good about that game against Wilmington, some of the ways that your kids responded.
Yeah, they responded well. And when you look at it, they had two options after the Sharon week. And, I've had several conversations in the past weeks or so about I'm not a rear-view mirror guy. I can't look back. And if I did, I'd never be here at Slippery Rock. So I've got to continue to look forward and make us a better program. Yeah. And our kids did that last week. Now, we had to do the same thing this week. You can't live on what you did to Wilmington when you're playing Farrell. It doesn't matter. And unfortunately, I think we lived a little bit of that 2 weeks ago with the Sharon game. You know, we played Hickory very well, and we thought, oh, this is a no-brainer. And then we lived in the rearview mirror and got our clocks clean. So we need to come out this week, look forward, play well, do what we do, and see how the chips fall at the end of the night.
Coach, again, I always have to add the part about, being a Slippery Rock grad and, how amazing I think it is the job you're doing with this program and these kids that I have in class. Congrats on all that. Congrats on another great season. Good luck tonight, and good luck as you make the turn into the playoffs.
Well, thank you, but I am not going to let you get away because 2 weeks ago, one of the things that we do in our program is we honor those staff members that have been supportive to our program, and our seniors get to choose their 3 every week. And beginning of the year, your name came up. And then they said, we want to wait till number 1, he has one of our games at home so he can wear that jersey at home, or homecoming, or senior night, I'm sorry. So last week, you had that opportunity during school to wear that jersey, and I want to thank you for being that supportive of us, and I know our seniors in our program appreciate everything you've done for our program through the years.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Really appreciate that. It means a lot.
You're welcome, man. Thanks, Merchant.
Thanks a lot. All right, good luck, Coach. Thanks.
And that was Slippery Rock head coach Larry Wendrus with our Chris Birch. Ryan Briggs here with you. It is time now for tonight's starting lineups, and the starting lineups, as always, are brought to you by Penn Ohio Roofing. Penn Ohio Roofing and Siding, windows, and more. Find out more at PennOhioRC.com. First for Farrell, the offense led by quarterback Cabron Smith, 5'9", 180, a junior. The fullback, Jay-Sean Boatwright, 6'1", 195, a senior. Brandon Chambers, the tailback, 6'1", 190, a junior. The receivers, Lamont Samuels, 5'10", 160, a senior. Kylan Wilson, 5'9", 170, a senior. And Danny Odom, 5'11", 160, a freshman. The tight end, if the Steelers use one, will be Kean Wade, 6'3", 220, a senior. The offensive line, the tackles, Anthony Jackson on the left side, 6'6", 305, a senior. Malachi Shepard on the right side, 6'3", 240, a senior. Left guard, Marcel Cheeks, 6'2", 280, a junior. The right guard, Harry Parker, 5'10", 250, a sophomore. The center, Brian Phillips, he's a senior, 6'3", 310. The Slippery Rock defense, a 4-2-5. The ends are Braden Rich, 6 feet 200, a senior, and Blaze Mullen, 6'3", 230, a junior. The tackles, Isaac Bell, 6 feet 230, a senior. Brody Galsick, 6'4", 240, a senior. Linebackers are Brett Galsick, 6 feet 175, a senior, and Lucas Allison, 6 feet 170, a senior. The corners, Sam Schwartz on the strong side, 5'10", 170, a junior. Tyler Arblaster on the weak side, 5'11", 165, a junior. The safeties, the strong safety, Maddox Allen, 5'10", 185, a senior. John Sabo's the free safety, 6'1", 170, a senior. Sal Minio is the weak safety, 5'10", 175. The Slippery Rock offense is led by quarterback William Mokel, 6'2", 190, a senior. Allen the fullback, Minio at halfback. The receivers are Schwartz, Sabo, and Allison. Brody Galsick and Blaze Mullen are the tackles. The guards are Bell and Austin McFarland at 6 feet 200, a junior. Rich is the center. The Farrell defense, a 4-4. The ends are Wade and Malachi Owens. Owens a senior, 6'4", 215, a senior. Cheeks and Malachi Green are the tackles. Green, 5'11", 320, a senior. Outside linebackers are Boatwright and Tajmir Gibson. Gibson, 5'6", 175, a senior. The inside linebackers are Zaire Thomas, 6'2", 205, a senior, and Marion Norris, 5'10", 180, a junior. The leading tackler for the Steelers with 84 stops this year. Wilson and Chambers are the corners. Samuels is the free safety. Farrell will receive to begin tonight's game. Slippery Rock will go left to right. Farrell at home. Navy jerseys with gold pants, gold numbers, white letters, Navy helmets for Farrell. Slippery Rock, white tops, silver pants, red numbers and letters, red trim, silver headgear. For the Rockets, Nick Kingerski has it teed up at the 40 on the far left hash mark. Wind blowing from left to right. The wind is at Slippery Rock's back here in the first quarter.
Great job, as always, Briggsy. Just an unbelievable night here. Look at that sunset kind of over the backs of the Farrell kickoff team to our right. So just a perfect fall night for football. Should be a lot of fun.
Kingerski has a squibble to the far side and whistles. Slippery Rock offsides on the kickoff, so the Rockets will have to try it again from 5 yards back.
Little pooch kick there by Kingerski, trying something a little bit different. I'm sure frustrating for the Slippery Rock coaches that they were offsides on that because they did execute it pretty well.
But we'll try it again now from the 35-yard line. And before Any time elapses, we have our first flag of the night. The sunset off to the west here in the Shenango Valley. Beautiful. You can see it up on the Jumbotron to the left as well. Looks great on there.
Yeah, I can't. You and I, I'm sure we'll talk about this as the night goes on. Just unbelievable, this complex.
That sunset out there reminds me of right before the 1983 NCAA title game out in Albuquerque. They had that camera shot from out there, and that's the similar type of vivid colors.
Yep.
Kingerski has it teed up on the 35. The 3 return men for Farrell have all inched forward, and Kingerski will send it deep downfield. Kylan Wilson retreats to the 5 and makes the over-the-shoulder catch. Wilson, in the middle of the field, now to the left hash mark. He's to the 25, breaks out of there. He's to the 40. Kylan Wilson gets away from Kingerski, dodges a man. He's at midfield. Wilson at the 40 to the 30. Kylan Wilson, 20. He will go all the way for the touchdown, but a flag comes flying in at the end of the play behind the return. As it stands, it's 95 yards for Kylan Wilson, but a flag thrown late in the return.
Yeah, Kylan Wilson just was able to kind of catch it. He went back like an outfielder and was able to kind of bust down the sideline, get into the middle, get over to the other sideline. But it looked like there was some kind of a hold action right about the 25 or 30-yard line. So at least part of it's coming back.
Yes, touchdown does not go on the board. It's up there momentarily, but it is a block in the back on Farrell. It will be 10 yards from the spot. Farrell still will have excellent field position. And you think about that penalty, Chris. If Kingerski, he kicked it 60 yards. If he kicks it from the 40, it goes to the goal line, it's a touchback.
Right. And again, that's, certainly that was scripted out, right? The little pooch kick to start the game. Slippery Rock goes off sides. They commit the penalty, then they got a re-kick, and that gives Kylan Wilson a chance to return the kick.
First and 10 at the 35. Farrell going right to left on the far right hash mark. Danny Odom, the third, wide left. 3 receivers to the right on the short side of the field. Cabron Smith at quarterback. We'll give it to Chambers. Chambers gets upfield to the 30. Chambers will be brought down by Rich, but not before he gets close to 10 on the first scrimmage play of the night. Brandon Chambers gets 9. It will be 2nd and 1.
Yeah, just some great secondary blocking out there by Farrell. You can see the linebackers were really blocked as Chambers able to get into the secondary and pick up a big chunk.
Brandon Chambers makes it 2nd and 1. He'll get the handoff again off the right side. Chambers is hit and brought down at the 24-yard line by Rich again. It will be enough for a first down, however, as Chambers takes it across the 25 to the Slippery Rock 24.
Yeah, you look at that Farrell offense, the offensive line. We talk about a lot of these guys, but Malachi Shepard just clearing the way on both of those runs.
Shepard, the right tackle. Julius Phillips had checked in. He will check out as Jay-Sean Boatwright comes into the lineup as a fullback, or H-back in this case. He'll line up wing left. Odom wide left outside the numbers on the near side. Wilson slot right inside of Samuels on the short side of the field. Cabron Smith on the shotgun. 1st and 10 brings Wilson in motion right to left. It's a pitch forward. Wilson trying to get around left end. Kylan Wilson breaks a tackle to the 20, cuts back to his right, and he will be brought down at about the 14-yard line. Brett Galsick and Brody Galsick combined on the tackle. Gain of close to 10. It will be 2nd and inches for Farrell. And the Steelers have entered into the McCandless Ford red zone. McCandless Ford, Mercer, and Meadville.
Yeah, Kylan Wilson, again, so many of his yards are picked up on that kind of jet sweep action that we saw right there. And, you know it's coming, but it doesn't matter because they're still going to block you on the edge, and he's going to be able to cut back and pick up lots of yardage, and we see that there again.
Especially coming to the wide side of the field. Yeah. That's a lot of room to cover with a guy that fast.
Right.
3 receivers to the right. In the shotgun is Smith, gives it to Chambers. Chambers dodges one man in the backfield, now cuts back to his left. The play is strung out, and Chambers will be hit along the near sideline. Sam Schwartz, the cornerback, up and run support. Galsick, that's Brett Galsick, Lucas Allison there also, and Chambers is going to lose about half a yard. It will be 3rd and a full yard now. Actually, almost 2 yards. Call it 3rd and a short 2 for Farrell.
Yeah, that time we saw the Slippery Rock linebackers up at the line of scrimmage, able to kind of get off of the blocks a little bit, and just nowhere for Chambers to go.
Kean Wade will check in as a tight end. Samuels will go out wide to the right. Malachi Owens in as a wing to the left. Backs on either side of Smith in the shotgun, and he will hand it off to Chambers. Chambers picks his way off the left side, cutting back right. He is driven back, and it will depend on the spot, and it looks as if he's going to be short. Giving progress to the 15, but that is it. Tyler Arblaster, Sal Mineo up to make the stop for Slippery Rock, and Farrell has 4th and almost a full yard at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, Brody Galsick was the one that kind of jammed that up at the point of attack. Chambers had to bounce to the outside there and just nowhere to go. Good job by the other Galsick, Brett Galsick, getting out and cutting the edge off.
4th and a yard. Tight end and a wing to the left, Wade and Owens. Boatwright also in as a fullback. Smith out of the shotgun and movement, and Slippery Rock jumped into the neutral zone. So on 4th and 1, the Rockets gift Farrell a first down.
There's Cabron Smith in action right there, right? We talk about, his efficiency and his, just how savvy he is at that quarterback position. Just a little bit of a hard count there. Draws Slippery Rock offsides, first down Farrell.
So 2 flags tonight on Slippery Rock, both very costly.
Yeah.
On the opening kickoff of the game, and now this giving Farrell first and goal at the 10. Smith out of the shotgun, give to Brandon Chambers, off left guard, cuts back along the near hash mark and leaps forward across the 5 down to about the 3 as Lucas Allison got a piece of him, bringing him down, but Chambers picks up close to 7. It will be second down and goal for the Steelers. 8:40 to go in this first quarter. Farrell on the move. No score here at Farrell.
Yeah, the big center, Brian Phillips, with a big hole opened up there for Chambers.
Second and goal at the 3. Smith in the shotgun. Now Wilson to his right, and the handoff is to Kylan Wilson. Cuts off a left guard, and Kylan Wilson in for the touchdown, and then he and Isaac Bell discuss their post-game plans after the play. But Kylan Wilson, his 14th rushing touchdown of the season, his 49th career touchdown, and Farrell takes a 6-0 lead. Wilson set things up with that long return for the touchdown.
Yeah, he sure did. And again, this we talk about the efficiency and the just how impressive this Farrell offense is, and all of those things were on display. Yeah, it was a short field, but they just kind of keep coming at you, and that was a relatively long drive for Farrell. But you can see how good and how efficient they are when they do that.
Lamont Samuels Jr. will attempt the extra point, 18 of 32 this year. Smith is the holder. Snap good. Hold good. Kick is good. Right down the middle for L.J. Samuels. And Farrell has a 7-0 lead. 7 plays, 35 yards on the drive. It used 3:38. We have 8:22 to go first quarter. 7-0. Farrell with the lead. Chris and I come back with the kickoff on 790 WPIC.
My car does more than take me from here to there. And I expect my insurance. That's why I chose my agent and Erie Insurance. They offer first accident forgiveness and the service I deserve at a price I can afford.
Your Erie agent in Hermitage is Reinhardt's Insurance. Get a quote at 724-342-2291.
Erie Insurance services are provided by one or more of the following insurers: Erie Insurance Company, Erie Insurance Property and Casualty Company, or Flagship City Insurance Company, home offices Erie, Pennsylvania, or Erie Insurance Company of New York, home offices Rochester, New York. An equal opportunity insurer.
The Buell Regional Health Foundation presents a community collaboration workshop on October 31st. Hone your skills for collaboration and learn how to implement and support a collaborative culture in the community. The in-person workshop will be held from 9 a.m. to noon on Monday, October 31st at Penn State Shenango Auditorium in Sharon. RSVP online by October 24th at BuellRegionalHealthFoundation.org/collaboration. Presented by Buell Regional Health Foundation.
The first quarter is brought to you by the Reinhardt's Agency. It's not the insurance they sell, it's the service that makes them better.
Lamont Samuels Jr. with the kickoff, and it is fielded by Slippery Rock's John Sabo at the 10-yard line. Sabo brings the ball out ahead across the 25 to the 28-yard line, and that's where we will get our first look at the Rocket offense. 8:17 to go first quarter. Senior quarterback William Mokel, 3-year starter, over 1,700 yards this year, 17 touchdowns, and Mokel certainly will be challenged by this great Farrell defense, as we talked in the pregame, Chris. But on the other hand, Slippery Rock, the talent on the offensive side in the passing game will present some challenges for the Steelers as well.
No question. I mean, I certainly, if you think about the things you're excited to watch in each game as you approach it, that's certainly the thing that I'm excited about, and see what this Slippery Rock offense can do against this great Farrell defense.
Mokel in the shotgun, and he will give it to the running back, and that's going to be Maddox Allen. Check that, it's not Maddox Allen, that is Sal Mineo on the carry. Mineo wears 26, Allen wears 28. They switch positions off it on offense. I was confused. The Farrell defense was not. It's a gain of 1 for Sal Mineo, who has taken on a greater role offensively in recent weeks with Brett Galsick being primarily a one-way player at linebacker.
Right, yeah, and Mineo's answered that call well. He's done a lot of good things for this offense.
2nd and 9 at the 29. Mokel rolling left. The righty throws downfield, and it's caught by Schwartz, and he will be stacked up right at the first down marker by Brandon Chambers. It's a gain of 10 on the play. And Slippery Rock gets its initial first down of the night. Sam Schwartz makes his 23rd catch of the season.
And certainly this Farrell D will make adjustments to that. But, you think about maybe just kind of looking at it from a coaching perspective. How could you maybe make some hay against this defense in the passing game? I like the rollout. The rollout with the 10-yard, 12-yard outs. That's a very good play call.
1st and 10 at the 39. Ball on the far left hash. Mokel will give it to Sal Mineo, picks his way upfield, gets close to the 45-yard line, brought down by Gibson. Farrell linebacker there, officially a pickup of 5 for Sal Mineo, and will be 2nd down and 5 as Slippery Rock looks to answer. Farrell with the 7-0 lead. 7:06 to go, first quarter here at Farrell tonight.
Good little tempo play right there, right? Just kind of moving the offensive line, doing a nice job getting Farrell off the line of scrimmage, and Mineo picking up some yards.
2 receivers and a wing to the right, and the give is up the middle, and ball carrier stacked up immediately as Mineo gets his 3rd carry of the early going and ran right into Zaire Thomas, the standout middle linebacker for Farrell. Pickup of 2, 3rd down and 3 upcoming for Slippery Rock.
Yeah, Thomas 6'2", 205, great lateral quickness, just kind of really tough to kind of get away from him.
4 receivers set now for Mokel, 2 receivers to either side, ball in the middle of the field. 3rd and 3 from the Slippery Rock 46. Sabo and Allison wide right, Mineo and Schwartz wide left, and flag thrown by the line judge on the near side. And false start against Slippery Rock. Well, now it will be 3rd and 8 back at the 41-yard line. The 3rd penalty of the night. All pre-snap penalties by Slippery Rock.
Yeah, and all pretty crucial, like you've pointed out on the first 2. That one it looked like William Mokel trying to draw Farrell off sides with the hard count. Instead, one of his guys jumped, and what was a very manageable 3rd and 3 becomes a very tough 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8 now back at the Slippery Rock 41. 4 receivers set. Mokel has Maddox Allen to his right in the shotgun. Back to pass, setting up the screen for Allen. Mokel running to his left. He is going to throw it downfield. Pass incomplete. There were several linemen downfield. The pressure applied by Marion Norris.
Yeah.
It will be 4th down, but they could have gotten the rock for ineligible men downfield.
Right. But, you talked about all those statistics, Ryan, in the pregame about Farrell's defense, and there it is right there, right? If it's an obvious passing situation, there were 4 blue shirts, in on Mokel before he could even set his feet, and that's what Farrell does. That's why they are so tough to pass against.
And there is an injury right now. One of the Farrell men, that's Marion Norris, who was running off, then ran back onto the field for the punt team, and immediately clutching his right knee. He went down. It was a very unusual thing to see. But before a snap, he was getting lined up and just went down and in significant discomfort already. So the training staff quickly hustled out. And with 5:59 to go in the first quarter, we have a stoppage for injury. We will take a quick break. We'll come back with the Slippery Rock punt after this. 7-0 Farrell leads. Back after this break on News Talk 790 WPIC.
With O'Neill Coffee's signature fall drinks, pumpkin is the cream of the crop with our cozy creme brulee, fall fantasy, and harvest moon flavors. Top any of them with our all-new pumpkin cold foam for an extra kick. Check out O'Neill Coffee's new line of amazing travel mugs, hoodies, and beanie hats to keep you toasty as the weather cools down. Located at 14 Fair Street in West Middlesex, Pennsylvania. Open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m.
The first quarter is brought to you by the Reinhardt's Agency. It's not the insurance they sell, it's the service that makes them better.
Marion Norris jogged off on his own. Certainly good to see. Just a fluky thing. Don't know whether something caught, a cramp or something. It's in any case, he's out for this 4th down play. Nick Kingerski on to punt for Slippery Rock. Brett Galsick is the snapper. Kylan Wilson, Lamont Samuels Jr. deep for Farrell back at the Steeler 10. Snap a little bit high. Kingerski gets the kick away. It's a line drive that hits and goes out of bounds near the Farrell 40-yard line. And we'll see where it's spotted. It's going to be spotted closer to midfield, in fact. Kigurski's punt, certainly wanting to keep it away from Wilson and Samuels, but turns out to be a punt of about 12 yards, and Farrell will have good field position again, taking over at the 47-yard line with 5:54 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, I'm not sure about it, Ryan, but I think Jay-Sean Boatwright was in there. It was in the backfield so quick that Kingurski just had to get rid of it any way he could. I'm not sure if he was trying to keep it away from the returners as much as he was trying to get rid of it before Boatwright was able to block it. So give Jay-Sean Boatwright credit for getting in there and making Kingurski hurry.
1st and 10, Farrell at the 47, moving right to left. Ball's on the far hash mark. Samuels wide right, Kylan Wilson slot right, Odom wide left on the wide side of the field, and Cabron Smith in the shotgun, with backs on either side of him, Boatwright to the left, and Chambers to the right. 4-man front for Slippery Rock. Second drive of the night for the Steelers. Smith gets the snap, and they give it to Brandon Chambers, and Chambers gets to the 50 before being brought to the newly installed artificial turf. Braden Rich, the defensive end, makes the stop. It will be 2nd and 7 for Farrell from midfield.
Yeah, it's good tackle certainly there by Braden Rich, but it's really tough to when you're dealing with an offensive line like Farrell's. They're just really good blocking. Not only are they individually good, you can tell as a unit, how efficient that offensive line is right there. That 3-yard gain, but that was on display right there.
2nd and 7 from the 50. Odom wide right, Wilson, or wide left, I should say. Wilson slot right inside of Samuels. Smith in the shotgun, backs on either side of him. Smith back to pass, deep drop, under pressure, rolling out to his right, dodging a man, sets his feet, and he is going to be hauled down back at the 41-yard line. He's coming through. Brody Galsick and Blaze Mullen combine on the sack.
Yeah, Brody Galsick kept the heat on, and then finally Blaze Mullen arrived and was able to bring Cabron Smith down, and so a sack for the Slippery Rock defense.
Loss of 9 back to the 41. It will be 3rd down and 16 for Farrell. The first sack of the night. The Slippery Rock defensive ends, Mullen. Actually, Galsick is a defensive tackle. He has a team-high 3.5 sacks now. Mullen with 2.5 sacks. 3rd and 16. Smith with Chambers to his left in the shotgun. 3 receivers left on the wide side of the field. Julius Phillips wide right out at the boundary on the far side. 3rd and 16. Smith back to pass. Smith will lob it near side, and it is caught on a comeback by Wilson. Wilson upfield to the 45. Wilson to the 40, cuts to his right. Still on his feet. Kylan Wilson giving ground, gets a block downfield. Wilson at the 25. Wilson to the 20. Finally brought down by a hustling Isaac Bell at the 15-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle perhaps for Bell, but a pick of 44 for Kylan Wilson.
Yeah, what a well-designed route run by 3 Farrell receivers. And Kylan Wilson is the one that came open at the end of that. Really nice pass thrown out there by Smith. And then Wilson, kind of out in space, just able to do his thing, pick up big yards after tackle. And you pointed it out. Great hustle by Bell getting back there and making a touchdown-saving tackle.
Bell, the Slippery Rock nose tackle. He'll be able to brag that he tackled perhaps the fastest guy in Mercer County,
he
Kylan
caught him
Wilson.
from behind.
But 1st and 10, Farrell back into the McCandless Ford red zone. Pistol set now. Chambers the deep back. And he will get the handoff off the left side, and he is hit and drilled by Lucas Allison and Brett Galsick. Galsick got him initially. Allison finished him off. Chambers picks up about a full yard on the play. It will be 2nd and a long 9. 3:30 to go, first quarter. Farrell on top 7-0 here at home in the region and regular season finale for each team.
Yeah, Galsick and Allison, 2 very undersized linebackers, are both about 6 foot 170, but very fast, very athletic, and that was on display right there.
Brett Galsick came in leading the team with 67 tackles this year. He's added to that total already. 2nd and 9 from the 14. And it's Lamont Samuels Jr. at quarterback. He'll fake the handoff to Wilson and keep it over the left side, and he'll get to the 11, runs into Bell and Brett Galsick. So a wrinkle thrown in by Farrell. Samuels, of course, played quite a bit of quarterback last year. Designed quarterback run there, picks up 3 to the 11, 3rd and 6 for Farrell, which converted on 3rd and 16 moments ago.
Yeah, Samuels can play any position on the field, right? I mean, that's kind of his trademark on this team is, and showing it there. Nice little wrinkle.
He's the quarterback. Smith, slot left inside of Danny Odom. Wilson, Chambers, and Boatwright wide to the right. Ball in the middle of the field. Samuels back to pass. Samuels steps up in the pocket, looks to run. He's to the 10, and Bell will bring him down at the 5-yard line. And it's going to be close. Looks like he does have enough for the first down. Gets just past the 5. So Farrell, it's second, third down conversion of the drive. And it's first and goal from the 5-yard line.
Yeah, just a little read made there by Samuels, right? He looked into the end zone. All right, everybody's covered. The middle of the field's open. I think I'll take off and pick up a first down. So a great job. Nice little wildcat package for L.J. Samuels in that quarterback position.
First and goal at the 5. The back point of the ball touching the 5. It's in the middle of the field as Farrell works right to left. Smith in the shotgun and a lot of movement. And I think it's going to be big Anthony Jackson, the left tackle, calling for the false start. There were guys moving on both sides, but Anthony Jackson, 6'6", 305. And when he takes off early, hard to miss.
Well, he had blocked his man into the end zone by the time the ball was snapped, too. So, yeah, I think that was hard to miss.
So it's a 5-yard mark-off against Farrell. Second penalty of the night against the Steelers. Slippery Rock penalized 3 times. Each team 15 penalty yards so far. 1:54 to go first quarter. And it will be first and goal now back at the 10 for Farrell. Tight end is Wade to the left. Owens wing left. Hand off to Chambers. He's running off the left side and into the teeth of the defense and pushed back. A sea of white jerseys in there. Maddox Allen along with Isaac Bell. Rich in there again. Perhaps a gain of a half yard. It will be second and goal from just inside the 10.
Yeah, another nice play by Isaac Bell. We've called his name a lot tonight. He came back from that early season sickness, had mono, and since then he's kind of been a guy possessed to the way he's played. So a good showing by him tonight on a couple of plays.
Second and goal at the 10. Back point of the ball touching the 10. This is the 8th play of the drive. It's a drive that has used nearly 5 minutes. Boatwright now is a wing to the left. Owens in the backfield. Smith will keep it rolling right. Looking, sets his feet, throws it over the middle into the end zone, and incomplete. Receiver could not maintain it. Looking for Wade in the end zone. Would have been his first catch of the season, but couldn't keep it under control. It's now third and goal from the 10.
Yeah, I like the play. I like the, you had 2 Slippery Rock defenders having to go with the receiver to the corner. That left the middle of the field open for the big tight end coming across. And, everything was there except for the pass needed to be an inch or 2 higher.
Now third and goal at the 10. 4 receiver set now for Farrell. Samuels slot left inside of Odom. It's Wilson and Phillips to the right with Wilson in the slot. Smith has Chambers now to his right in the shotgun. Third and goal at the 10. Smith back to pass. Smith throws it downfield, and it is caught or no? Yes, touchdown. Danny Odom makes the catch, his first touchdown catch of the season. And Farrell extends the lead to 13-0.
I think the official's view was blocked a little bit, waiting for a little bit of help from the back. That was the reason for the late call. But we could see it from up here. That was the right call. He caught the ball, kind of right in between his knees and his stomach. Really nice ball thrown by Smith, and the Farrell Steelers cap off another drive with a touchdown.
9 plays, 53 yards. It used 4:58. Cabron Smith with his 17th touchdown pass of the season, and the first to Danny Odom. Probably won't be Danny's last touchdown catch. Samuel's extra point is up and good. He's 2 for 2. The Farrell Steelers are 2 for 2. 14-0 Farrell leads, 56 seconds to go in the first quarter. Chris and I will come back with the kickoff after this on News Talk 790 WPIC.
You can ski on it, watch the sun set behind it, bathe in it, swim in it, cook with it, or seek refuge and solace beside it. But the most refreshing water has a very particular label on it.
Herman's Water since 1908. Pure spring water that can be delivered to your office or home for free. Online at hermanswater.com. Herman's Water, when taste matters.
In 1973, something wonderful happened in Sharpsville. That's when Lock, Stock, and Barrel opened their doors and served their first of now over 3 million giant submarine sandwiches. They still serve 42 whole subs on 15-inch buns. Lock, Stock, and Barrel also offers burgers, specialty sandwiches, wraps, gyros, salads, wings, and even breakfast. Call 724-962-5503. Lock, Stock, and Barrel. Proud sponsors of the Sub of the Game and Play of the Game.
The first quarter is brought to you by the Reinhardt's Agency. It's not the insurance they sell, it's the service that makes them better.
The Farrell kickoff comes to the near sideline, and Slippery Rock's Tyler Arblaster will watch it trickle out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So now Slippery Rock has the choice of taking the ball at the 35 or asking for a re-kick. It appears that the offense is going to come out with 55 seconds to go in the first quarter. 14-0 Farrell with the lead here at home tonight. Slippery Rock had a promising drive on its first drive of the night before having to punt. Now the Rockets begin this drive at the 35-yard line, moving left to right for the final minute of the first quarter.
Yeah, Farrell, has had the football for almost 9 minutes of the this first quarter. Slippery Rock, you're right. They came out, they got that first down on that nice little rollout play, but they just haven't possessed the football much here tonight. So, see what the Rock can do here as we make the turn, towards the end of the first quarter.
3 receivers left. Ball's on the near right hash. Mokel throws a screen near side to Sabo. Sabo heading upfield, gets to the 40, and he'll be upended there after a 5-yard gain. As in there on the stop, Javon Bell in at cornerback for Farrell. Also ranging over to make the tackle, Zaire Thomas, inside linebacker. Sabo picks up 5. Actually, he'll give him 6 to the 41. It will be 2nd down and 4 for Slippery Rock. Mokel's second completion of the night.
Yeah, just that nice that play that we see a lot of teams running now, where you throw it out to your athlete on the edge, and then you try to get some interior blocking for him, and the Rock able to pick up 6 yards there.
3 receivers left again. Sabo on the near side, and the handoff will go to Allen this time. Heading upfield, gets to the 50-yard line, across the 50 to the 49. 10-yard gain for Maddox Allen on his first carry of the night. And the Rockets, across midfield, they have a new set of downs with 14 seconds to go first quarter.
Yeah, Maddox Allen, a lot of that was individual effort there, as Farrell had that bottled up, but Allen made that nice little cut to be able to get out there and pick up the first down.
6 seconds to go. Mokel turns and looks at the scoreboard, and that will be the end of the first quarter. Farrell with a 14-0 lead. Slippery Rock on the move, however. Chris and I will come back with second quarter action after this on News Talk 790 WPIC.
Hi, I'm Bob Greenberg with this local sports minute brought to you by Flint's Tire Auto Service. Flint's will get you in today. It's the 9th and final full week. 96.7, we feature a Shenango Valley showdown as the surging Hickory Hornets host the Sharpsville Blue Devils. On 790 WPIC, Farrell aims to complete an undefeated league schedule when the Steelers host Slippery Rock. One of Mercer County's oldest series will be renewed as Greenville hosts Sharon in the Region 3 finale for both teams. Grove City and Wilmington meet for the first time since 2015 tonight in New Wilmington. The Reynolds Raiders have already clinched at least a share of the Region 1 title. Tonight, the Raiders can make sure that no one else can stake a claim to the title when they host Lakeview in transfer. Mercer looks for his first 6-game winning streak since 2009 when they head to Cambridge Springs. And on Saturday, Kennedy welcomes Sagertown. For Flint's Tire and Auto Service, I'm Bob Greenberg.
Where they have the client and only the client in mind.
The teams change ends. Slippery Rock now going right to left towards the scoreboard here at Farrell. Farrell leading 14-0. First down and 10 for Slippery Rock. Ryan Briggs, Chris Birch with you tonight. Aaron Byro back in the studio. Rockets, white jerseys, red numbers and letters, silver pants, red trim. William Mokel in the shotgun. We'll give it to Maddox Allen. Allen off right tackle runs into several navy and gold jerseys. Malachi Shepard in there. Malachi Green also, along with Malachi Owens.
Yeah.
All in there. No gain for Maddox Allen on his second carry of the night. Farrell in the navy jerseys, gold numbers, gold pants, gold trim, navy helmets with the block gold F for Farrell, that classic look.
I love the look. I love the font of the numbers now that Farrell's wearing, too.
Moko out of the shotgun, back to pass. He's going to throw one downfield and intended for Sabo over everybody's head. Incomplete. Brandon Chambers locked on him step for step. It will now be 3rd down and 10 for Slippery Rock from just past midfield.
I like the thought. I like the thought for Slippery Rock going deep there. But Chambers just doing an outstanding job on Sabo as, that play, certainly Slippery Rock kind of going for broke, but also just to try to loosen things up a little bit. In the defensive backfield, but just great individual effort by Chambers.
Sabo, one of the best receivers in the area, and Brandon Chambers, certainly one of the best defensive backs, maybe the best cornerback in this area.
Yeah, that was a big-time matchup right there for sure.
They're matched up again on the far side, 3rd and 10, 3 receivers left. Moko back to pass, sets up a screen near side, incomplete through the hands of Sam Schwartz, but Farrell had that one sniffed out.
Yeah, they sure did, and that's exactly what you talked about in the pregame about what makes Farrell's defense is, there's Moko looking for the check down, but even the check down is tough. So not only are the primary and the secondary receivers taken away, but Malachi Owens is just up all over William Mokel just for that little check down on the, and he threw it up over his head. So a great job by the Farrell defense, once again showing why they are the best pass defense in the Mercer County area.
Want to say hello to everybody who's watching via the Farrell Area School District YouTube feed tonight. Justin Lewis, we appreciate the ability to work with them. Beautiful facility, great video. The audio sounds good as too, at least in terms of the fidelity. Some would argue about the quality of the commentary, but Sal Mineo will punt for Slippery Rock instead of Kingerski. Samuels and Wilson deep back at the 10. Lefty sends it downfield. It will hit inside the 20. He'll check up and plug right into the turf at about the 20-yard line. So a punt of 29 yards, but a net of 29, and most importantly for Slippery Rock, the Farrell guys didn't get their hands on it.
Exactly. Yeah, that was it. That was the key right there, and sort of the jack of all trades, so to speak. Sal Mineo doing a great job punting it and kind of keeping it away from the Farrell return men.
11:10 to go in the half. This is the poorest field position of the night for Farrell. The first drive started at the Slippery Rock 35 after Wilson's long punt return, and then a shanked punt last time gave Farrell starting position just shy of midfield. This one back at the 20 with 11:10 to go first half. Coming up at the half, Chris and I will have the lock, stock, and barrel halftime update, as well as scoring, team, and individual stats.
Yeah, two impressive drives, certainly by Farrell, turned out there in that first quarter. Let's see what they got here.
Cabron Smith will throw the screen to Julius Phillips upfield on the near side. He's the 30. Phillips into the open. Phillips at the 40, and Arblaster brings him down, but not before a pickup of 27 yards for the sophomore Julius Phillips, his first catch of the night.
Yeah, Julius Phillips, again, he's that guy, and you could see it right, kind of right in front of us on this side of the field, is he catches the ball, and you think, okay, they have him hemmed in, but a couple of guys, they reach for him, they try to tackle him, and he's already gone. And that was just an impressive individual effort by Phillips.
His 10th catch of the season, pickup of 27. 1st and 10, Farrell at the 47, just inside the near right hash mark. Two receivers to the right. That's the near side. Wilson in the slot, and the handoff is to Chambers. Chambers is hit, and he'll be wrapped up. No gain. Perhaps he falls forward for a yard. Hit from behind. That actually propelled him forward. Isaac Bell wrapped him up. Brody Galsick in there. So Chambers will pick up a yard, bringing up 2nd and 9, a hard-earned yard.
Yeah. Bell, Rich, Mullen, and Galsick, the guys up front for Slippery Rock, they're all starting to get a little bit healthier, and you can tell by the way they're playing tonight. That's as good as a foursome as anybody has,
2nd and 9 at the 48, two receivers to the left. Jay-Sean Boatwright is a wing left. Samuel singled up here on the near side, the short side of the field. Cabron Smith in the shotgun, waiting the snap from Brian Phillips. Gets the snap. Smith, a quick out near side, caught by Samuels at the 50, gives ground, and then he will be driven back by the Slippery Rock defense. Lucas Allison, Sal Mineo in there. Pickup of a couple on the play to midfield. It will be 3rd down and 7 for Farrell. Steelers converted on a couple of 3rd downs on the last drive. This will be 3rd and 7 from midfield.
Yeah, well defended by Slippery Rock, right? I mean, normally you get out there and you're trying to get your receiver one-on-one. That time, two defenders out there for that short bubble screen.
Odom, Wilson, Samuels wide left. Phillips on the near side out at the boundary. Chambers the single back, Smith in the shotgun. 3rd and 7 at the 50 on the near right hash. Smith back to pass, throws it to Wilson. Kylan Wilson in the left flat. Cutting upfield and into the traffic. Ball's loose, and Slippery Rock has it. It looked like Brody Galsick knocked it loose, and the Rockets will come up with the fumble recovery. And the first turnover of the night will give Slippery Rock possession near midfield.
Yeah, was that Brody Galsick knocking it loose and Brett Galsick falling on it? Couldn't tell, but yeah, it looked for a second there like Slippery Rock was just going to tackle him short, but then you can see, right, guys scrambling around after a loose ball, and Slippery Rock's going to get the first turnover of the night.
Turning the ball over is something Farrell does not do. Just the 5th turnover of the season by the Steelers, but this one gives it to Slippery Rock at the 48 of the Rockets. Good starting field position, best field position of the night for Slippery Rock.
That's the stat of the night right there for why this Farrell team is so good. Wow.
2 receivers to either side now. Minio motions from right to left to the wide side. Mokel throws the skinny post for Sabo, incomplete. Working on Chambers on the far side. Pass incomplete. It will be 2nd and 10 now at the 48. 9:06 to go first half. 14-0. Farrell with the lead, but Slippery Rock, a golden opportunity.
Yeah, Mokel just a little bit, had to hurry that pass just a little bit through a 90-mile-an-hour fastball when kind of an 86-mile-an-hour slider would have been good enough.
You don't want the big breaking slider, though.
No, that's true. No.
Maybe the cut fastball.
The cut fastball. There it is, yes.
Baseball playoffs going on again tonight. 3 receivers to the left on the wide side of the field for Mokel. And Mokel will keep it, and that was perhaps not a good idea. Kean Wade there to stack him up and drive him back for a loss on the play, a loss back inside the 45-yard line, and now Slippery Rock will be tasked with 3rd and long. Put it down at the 42. 3rd and 16 now for the Rockets. Kean Wade, he and Owens. What a duo as far as defensive ends.
Wade and Owens in there quick, but give the Farrell coaching staff a lot of credit there. That's preparation right there as a Slippery Rock. That's one of their bread and butter plays. They were ready for that.
3rd and 16. Minio slot right inside of Sabo. Allison and Schwartz to the near side. Mokel deep drop. Under pressure from Owens. Pumps, throws it downfield, and it is caught by Allen right at the down marker. And in fact, he will lose a yard back to the 41 on the completion. Loss of 1, it's 4th and 17, and the Rockets will send the punt team out. So after the turnover, the Farrell defense responds and gets a quick 3 and out.
Yeah, and that's one of my favorite things about this Farrell team is whenever whenever they're challenged, whenever they seem to be challenged, that's when they really rise up. And turnover. Slippery Rock has pretty good field position. And that defense is just, you can tell their blood is up as a result, and that's how they played right there.
Minio to punt. Wilson back at his own 15 for Farrell. Snap is low. Minio drops it, picks it up, and his knee was down when he picked it up. And Farrell will take over at the Slippery Rock 26.
Yeah.
The referee right there, and now Slippery Rock will give it back to Farrell. Essentially a turnover on downs is what it goes in the book officially. It's not a turnover, but pretty much like a turnover.
Yeah, you have to wonder sometimes, and we certainly saw this in the Farrell Grove City game that we called at the beginning of the year, Ryan. But, you think about some of the passes that have been thrown tonight by Slippery Rock, and then that play right there. It's almost like Farrell is so good at, getting after the quarterback, getting after the punter, that you wonder if the quarterback and the punter don't hurry a little bit. Minio just kind of took his eye off of that snap a little bit, dropped it, went down to one knee to pick it back up, and that's why Farrell has such good field position here. They make you hurry, I guess.
Yes, they do, yeah. Everything just happens a little bit more quickly, and now Farrell taking over at the 26-yard line, looking to strike quickly perhaps. Smith in the pistol, gives it to Chambers. Chambers hits, spins out of one tackle. Chambers to the 20, Brandon Chambers to the 15, ducks out of the Bell tackle, and then is finally knocked out of bounds back near the first down marker. But Brandon Chambers, his best run of the night. Looks like it's going to be enough for a first down. Farrell back into the McCandless Ford red zone. McCandless Ford, Mercer, and Meadville. It's a gain of 10. It is enough for the first down. The trail guy on the chain gang wasn't moving. The lead guy was, and that doesn't work.
Drag him, yeah. Great run by Chambers. Broke a few tackles. You didn't think he was going to be able to.
First and 10 at the 16. Give to Chambers again. Bounces outside. Chambers cuts inside of Arblaster. Arblaster hanging on and finally brings him down at the 5-yard line with some help from Bell. But Chambers, a 10-yard run and now an 11-yard run to give the Steelers first and goal at the Slippery Rock 5.
Yeah, he does things that, almost every run of his, even if it's just a 3 or 4 yard pedestrian gain, he does things that make a highlight reel. He breaks tackles, he bounces out.
Wilson wide right, Samuels wide or slot left, Smith in the pistol. Give to Chambers. Chambers trying to get around the left end. He is strung out. Chambers will head upfield and be driven out of bounds along the far sideline. Able to get to the 3. Arblaster able to shepherd him out of bounds. It'll be second and goal now at the 3 for Farrell. With 7:37 to go, first half, Steelers lead 14-0.
Yeah, that was a really smart job by Arblaster. You could see him kind of lurking there, making sure that he couldn't turn the corner, and finally just rode him out of bounds. But still Farrell knocking on the door here for their third impressive touchdown drive.
Chambers will check out on this play. Wilson now moves into the backfield. He's the deep back behind Smith in the pistol. Boatwright is the fullback. Smith gets the snap. Give to Wilson off the right side. Kylan Wilson trying to get outside right end. He does. Takes it in. Touchdown, Kylan Wilson. Wilson, his second rushing touchdown of the night. His 50th career touchdown. Wow. And Farrell extends the lead to 20-0.
Yeah, it looked for a moment there like the two defensive backs for Slippery Rock had him on the edge, but Wilson just a little bit of a hesitation move and then was able to outrace them as they froze on the hesitation move to the corner of the end zone.
It's tough enough to catch him to begin with, and then when you don't know what move he's going to make, that makes it even tougher.
Yeah, he's so good.
Lamont Samuels will kick out of Smith's hold at the goalpost to the right. He's 2 for 2 tonight, looking to add on his third conversion. Snap a little bit off the mark, and the kick will be blocked as flying off the near side the block, and that's John Sabo who got that one right in the breadbasket. He's slow to get up. The extra point is blocked, and it remains 20-0. 7:30 to go, first half. Farrell with the lead. We'll come back with the kickoff after this on News Talk 790 WPIC.
Let's say your contractor is a wide receiver and your home project is the ball. How would you rate his performance?
Can you believe this? This guy's not caught a ball in 5 games. Let me tell you something. I don't think this guy's even a real football player. My dog can catch that ball.
Stick with a winner.
Since 1958, Warner Homes and Improvements in Mercer have made dreams come true with quality home siding services, superior customer care, and direct from the manufacturer price savings. Warner Homes and Improvements handles more than 30 brands of vinyl siding, vinyl brick, vinyl shakes, and vinyl rounds. Eliminate all the items on your to-do list by calling on the specialist at Warner Homes and Improvements. You'll be glad you did. With over 60 years of experience and hard work, Warner's makes sure the siding job is done right to save you time, money, and aggravation. Trust that Warner's Homes and Improvements will be there whenever you need them. Quality you can trust. WarnerConstruction.com.
The second quarter is brought to you by Cash Dollar and Associates, where they have the client and only the client in mind.
Lamont Samuels Jr. has it teed up at the 40 in the middle of the field, about to kick off from left to right. No, it's Tajmir Gibson with a squibber. Hits one of the up men of Slippery Rock, and Farrell is going to come up with it. It would appear. No, Slippery Rock somehow digs it out. The official emphatically pointing Slippery Rock football, and it's going to be Cade Grossman to come out of there with it for Slippery Rock. It hit him initially. He was surrounded by Farrell men. So a curveball thrown by Farrell, and
how about
Slippery
that?
Rock able to maintain possession.
That was a heck of a curveball, too. L.J. Samuels lined up to do his usual with the kicking, and they use him as a decoy. Cade Grossman kind of bounced off his hands, and it looked like some of the Farrell guys had a better angle, but somehow Grossman was able to will himself back to that football and keep possession for the Rockets.
Rockets keep it, and they come out of this with good field position at the 45, moving right to left on the near left hash mark. William Mokel, the quarterback. 3 receivers to the right. Maddox Allen is the back, and they gives to Maddox Allen, and Allen buried by Kean Wade and Zaire Thomas. Back behind the line of scrimmage, a loss of a yard, maybe 2, will be second and long, upcoming for the Rockets from the 44. 20-0. Farrell with the lead. Coming up at the half, we'll have the Lock, Stock, and Barrel halftime update. But, Chris, do you have any updates, a little bit of an appetizer for us here?
Yeah, I sure do. Yeah, Sharon's up 14-0 on Greenville, and Sharpsville up 7-0 on Hickory.
Sharpsville Hickory on Sports Radio 96.7 tonight. 3 receivers here on the near side, the short side of the field. Mokel will give it to Allen on a delay, and he is tripped up and brought down at the line of scrimmage. No running room at all for Maddox Allen. Malachi Shepard brings down the senior running back. No gain. 3rd and 11 now for Slippery Rock. Rockets are 0 for 3 tonight on 3rd down. They've all been, in this 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11 type of range.
And that's so tough against the quickness and the strength of this Farrell defense. That's almost an impossible task.
Sabo wide right, Schwartz, Allison, and Minio to the left. Allen the single back. Mokel back to pass. Mokel flushed out to the left. Mokel on the run. He'll keep it and head upfield and get a few before Tajmir Gibson will chop him down at the 48-yard line. Mokel scrambles for 4, but it's 4th down with 6 minutes to go in the second quarter, excuse me.
Yeah, Mokel is, again, really used his legs this year to be, as a weapon for this Slippery Rock offense. But, again, anytime he's run tonight, he's kind of running for his life. That was his best gainer of the night, but still not enough.
4th and 7. You wonder maybe, will Mokel quick kick here maybe?
Yeah.
3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Ball in the near left hash mark. Mokel on 4th and 7. Long count. Back to pass. He's looking. He's under pressure, and he will be snowed under. A 5-man rush, and 4 of them got home. Mokel sacked on the play. Kean Wade, Malachi Owens combined, and they got there before a couple of teammates could bring him down. Mokel sacked, and Farrell takes over on downs in Slippery Rock territory at the 43.5-yard line.
Every obvious passing opportunity tonight for Slippery Rock. Every obvious pass play. 3rd and long. That 4th and 7. There have just been blue shirts swarming all over Mokel. No chance for him to find a receiver down the field. And that's the strength of this defense. Just watching it sort of from up here, their defense is, they are so quick to the football, but yet they play really disciplined assignment football too. Just awfully tough to deal with.
1st and 10 at the 44. Farrell on top, 20-0. Looking to go to 8-1 overall and conclude region play at 7-0. Cabron Smith will have Wilson singled up wide right, 3 receivers to the left. That's the wide side of the field. Chambers the single back to the left. Smith back to pass. Smith steps up, throwing it downfield, looking for Wilson. He's double covered and incomplete. Schwartz got a finger on it. It hit Wilson's face mask and fell incomplete. Both men had a shot at it.
Yeah, Schwartz went for the interception but kind of mistimed his jump, and, as a result, it was almost able to be brought in there by Kylan Wilson, but neither one of them able to haul it in, but it's still a very interesting play.
2nd down and 10, although Farrell lost about a yard on the swat.
Yeah.
The ball should be on the other side of the 44, not the 44.5.
Right.
Odom, Phillips, Samuels wide left. Wilson wide right. Smith in the shotgun. Now 3-man front from Slippery Rock. They've dropped Braden Rich back to middle linebacker. Farrell adjusts into a pistol set. Chambers the deep back, and he'll get the handoff on a drop. Chambers cuts to his right. Chambers to the 40, and Rich will bring down Chambers at the 37-yard line. Chambers nets 7. It will be 3rd down and about 3 for the Steelers. They're 3 for 5 so far tonight on 3rd down, with 4:55 to go in the first half.
I love stuff like that. That was a great play call by the Farrell offensive coaching staff on the fly when Slippery Rock switched that defense up. That was a great play call. Sets up a 3rd and very manageable here.
Odom wide left. Wilson wide right. Samuels is the slot to the right. Ball in the middle of the field. Smith has Chambers behind him. Now Boatwright will move to the left of Smith in the pistol. Give is to Chambers. Chambers bounces off the pile, stumbles, hit, and will be stacked up at about the 36, a gain of a yard. It will be 4th down and short upcoming for Farrell. Number of white jerseys getting up off the bottom of the pile. Blaze Mullen forced him back inside. It will be 4th and 2.
Yeah, it looks like Slippery Rock player that was kind of at the bottom of the pile is slow to get up, hurting a little bit, but okay. Yeah,
that's Brody Galsick, and he's
Yeah.
really favoring his leg.
Yeah, that's the knee. He actually missed a lot of the preseason, the camp this year with that knee. So
he'll check out. Matthew Craddy will check in. 4th and 2 at the 36. Smith, 3 receivers bunched to the right. Smith rolling right, on the run, looking. He is hit, and Rich will haul him down for a big loss back at the 45. Craddy in there as well, but Braden Rich will bring down Smith for a sack, a loss of 10. And Farrell turns it over on downs, and Slippery Rock, the Rocket defense, standing tall.
Yeah, Braden Rich there on the blitz coming from the defensive end spot, and Smith or Cabron Smith never saw him, and Rich able to get him from the blind side, and Slippery Rock taking over there.
Second sack of the night for the Slippery Rock defense, and the Rockets will take over at their own 46. 3:36 to go in the half. Each team with 3 timeouts remaining. A chance here for Slippery Rock to get something on the board before halftime.
Yeah, certainly what Slippery Rock's thinking about here is just kind of getting something established offensively that they can hang their hat on, because, basically they've had a few smatterings of good plays, but nothing that they've really established.
Minio now the back, next to Mokel in the shotgun. Rolling right, throws it far side, caught by Sabo. Sabo hit and driven backwards. He'll get progress to the 50. Gain of 4 for John Sabo in his second catch of the night. Mokel now 4 of 8, but for only 19 yards.
Yeah, that's a couple of times where they've had a little bit of success with that play, where Mokel rolls right and finds a receiver right at the sideline. First time was to Schwartz for the first down. That time to Sabo for a nice little 4-yard pickup.
2nd and 6 at midfield. Slippery Rock with the ball in the far right hash, moving right to left. Schwartz, Allison, and Minio wide left. Maddox Allen, the single back now, to the left of Mokel in the shotgun. Mokel throws a quick screen underneath, tipped up in the air, incomplete, intended for Sabo. Brandon Chambers got his right hand in there to knock it away. 3rd down now for Slippery Rock.
Yeah, Chambers, again, just getting that hand out there like the basketball player denying the pass to the wing, knocking it away.
So now 3rd and 6. Slippery Rock looking for its first 3rd down conversion of the night. The Rock has misfired on the first 4.
Yeah, these obvious passing downs, so tough against this Farrell defense.
3rd and 6, and it will be a run. Maddox Allen hit and dropped. Malachi Green stayed home, not fooled on the delay. Gain of 1 to the 49-yard line, and it will be 4th and 5 for Slippery Rock, just past midfield at the Farrell 49. We're down to 2:30 to go in the first half. And Slippery Rock will send out the punt team.
Yeah. It's one of the things that this Farrell defense, that I don't think people talk about enough is that misdirection does not get them flying the wrong way. As fast as they are and as good as they are and as much as they fly to the football, you think, misdirection then. They stay right home. They're very disciplined.
Minio to punt. Last time he mishandled the snap and then had a knee on the ground when he picked up the football. Brett Galsick to snap. Snap is head high. Kick is away. High spinner. It will hit at the 25, then bounce back upfield, and will be downed at the 27-yard line by the Slippery Rock punt unit. Farrell will put it in play at the 27, a minute 52 to go in the half. Farrell with all 3 of its timeouts remaining.
Yeah, plenty of time here for the Steelers to, really deliver at least from a kind of a psychological standpoint, a real knockout punch here, because I think Slippery Rock goes into the locker room and it's 20-0 after everything that's transpired. They might almost kind of feel good about some things. 27-0. That's an entirely different story.
Rockets will have the ball to start the second half. At least they'll have the option.
Yeah.
So Farrell has it at the 27, just shy of the 27 on the far left hash mark. Danny Odom, Kylan Wilson will go wide left with Wilson in the slot. Phillips, Chambers, Samuels wide right. Cabron Smith alone in the shotgun. 4-man front for Slippery Rock on 1st and 10. Wilson in motion left-right, gets the shovel forward. Kylan Wilson upfield along the near hash mark, hurdles a man. Wilson to the 40. Wilson is going to be finally stacked up and driven back at the 45-yard line by Maddox Allen and Tyler Arblaster, but Kylan Wilson picks up a quick 18.
I want to call that a jump cut that he did, but he covered so many yards on the actual jump that I don't even know if you can call it that. But that was spectacular.
It was more jump than cut.
That's for sure.
1st and 10 at the 45, 8th first down of the night for Farrell. Wilson slot left inside of Danny Odom. Chambers, Samuels, Phillips to the right, and now Chambers will move to the wide side of the field, line up slot left. Smith in the shotgun against a 3-man rush. Smith is going to be hit and sacked. Brody Galsick will drop him down back at the 41-yard line, loss of 4, and Farrell will take a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well, 1:20 to go in the half. Back with more second quarter action after this on News Talk 790 WPIC.
If you're thinking about a move to a senior living community where you can receive help with daily living, consider the Heritage or the Ridgewood at St. Paul's in Greenville, Pennsylvania. The Heritage and the Ridgewood are personal care residences offering private apartments with as much assistance as you need, plus services like meals, housekeeping, transportation, and social and spiritual programs. Call today for more information. 724-588-7610. St. Paul's provides equal housing opportunities.
The second quarter is brought to you by Cash Dollar and Associates, where they have the client and only the client in mind.
Welcome back to Farrell, Palika Stadium, Falcone Field, part of the Pegues Sports Complex here in Farrell. Farrell leading 20-0, second down and 14 for the Steelers from their own 41, 1:20 to go in the half. Ryan Briggs, Chris Birch with you tonight on 790 WPIC and on the Farrell YouTube page. Hello to everybody watching tonight. Hope you're enjoying tonight's broadcast. Second and 14 for Farrell. 2 receivers to the left. Farrell's installed a tight end on the far side to help with the pass blocking. Smith deep drop, setting up a screen underneath, caught by Brandon Chambers. Chambers will get to the 47-yard line. That's where Brett Galsick brings him down. Pickup of 6. Farrell has 3rd and 8 now, and the Steelers quickly back to the line as we approach the 1-minute mark.
Yeah, you could see what Coach Pegues is thinking right here is he didn't use that timeout. Get up to the line quick. We'll use one later.
They may have called 2 plays in the huddle.
Yep.
The timeout huddle.
Yeah.
Smith alone in the shotgun. 3rd and 8. Smith throws it into the left flat. Caught by Lamont Samuels. Samuels giving a lot of ground, well behind the line of scrimmage, coming to the near side, looking for blockade, but all he finds are white jerseys. Samuels driven out of bounds at the 45-yard line by Schwartz and Allison. Maddox Allen in there also. Turns out to be a loss of 2 on the completion.
Yeah.
Clock stops with 34 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, that was a play. Not only did it lose a couple of yards, it also chewed up a lot of clock and sort of took the rhythm that the offense had away. So really good job by the Slippery Rock defense there.
The offense will stay out there. 4th and 10 at the Farrell 45. Steelers have to get to the Slippery Rock 45. 4 receivers to the left. The inside man, the slot man, Phillips, is on the line of scrimmage. He's ineligible. Now timeout will be taken by Farrell. Steelers did not like the way they were lined up. 34 seconds to go in the half. We will take a 30-second break. What will Farrell do on 4th down? We'll find out after this on News Talk 790 WPIC.
Okay, class. Today, we're discussing what does a roof mean to you?
It means that I don't get rained on when I'm inside.
It means I can play my music loud and the neighbors can't hear it.
It allows my family to safely shelter in place.
It means that we can be protected from outside germs.
It's where we can dance through the quarantine. To me, a roof means a home.
The Penn Ohio Roofing and Siding Group can help keep your family safe now more than ever. Go to PennOhioRC.com to start your installation today.
The second quarter is brought to you by Cash Dollar and Associates, where they have the client and only the client in mind.
4th down for Farrell. Steelers keep the offense out there. 4th and 10. Farrell has to get to the Slippery Rock 45. Ryan Briggs, Chris Birch with you tonight. Aaron Biro back in the studio producing tonight's game. Aaron and Darren Steele will have the Warner Homes Improvements 5th quarter scoreboard show later tonight. Here it's 4th and 10 for Farrell. Cabron Smith in the shotgun, 2 receivers to either side. Smith setting up, looking, throwing the ball downfield, caught by Kylan Wilson. First down and more. Wilson cuts to his right to the 30, Wilson to the 25. Finally brought down by Arblaster and Sabo at the 22 of Slippery Rock. So the Steelers convert on 4th and 10. Ball down to the 22, gain of 33, 24 seconds to go in the half. Farrell with 1 timeout remaining.
What a great play call. You could see that from up here, you and I's vantage point. Wilson was able to just get right into the middle of the field uncovered.
The man running the down box tripped and fell. The chains aren't set, but the play starts anyway. Smith on the run downfield. Intercepted. John Sabo with the interception right near the goal line. Stepped out of bounds at the 1-yard line, and Slippery Rock comes up with the takeaway. There's a flag as well. Referee signaled holding, but John Sabo ranging over to not only end the drive, but pretty much prevented a touchdown.
Yeah, he did. He did. There's no question about it. It was a big play by Sabo. You know, I talked about sort of the psychological difference between 20-0 and 27-0 for Slippery Rock, and looked like Farrell was about to score. Sabo over there, kind of long, rangy, long arms, good hands, able to get that kind of highlight film interception and stop a touchdown, and it appears as if Slippery Rock's going to be able to get to the locker room down 20-0.
17 seconds to go in the half. The ball will be placed at the 1.5-yard line. So the Rockets can't just take a knee here.
No.
And
right.
Farrell with 1 timeout. At least you make Slippery Rock snap it a couple of times.
Right. Yeah. Probably just have Maddox Allen, kind of dive into the line.
Well, it's 1st and 10 for Slippery Rock at the 2. They respot the ball from the near sideline. They gave him an extra foot or so, which actually might come into play here. You're listening to Newstalk 790 WPIC, Sharon Hermitage, a Cumulus media station. High school football tonight. Mocha will come under center. It's not something Slippery Rock does much of. The under center snap, it's mostly shotgun. Mocha gets the snap and will sneak upfield. The ball's loose. It is loose. Farrell has it. Touchdown. Steelers recover the fumble. And coming out of with it, Marion Norris. Touchdown, Farrell.
Yeah, something happened there, certainly on the exchange, quarterback to center to quarterback. And you can see Mokel down, too. So Mokel's injured on the play. And the Farrell Steelers with a huge play, picking up the fumble and getting into the end zone.
Marion Norris picked up the ball and took it in. It looked like the exchange was okay, but with 11 seconds to go, the fumble, the first turnover of the night, and Farrell turns it into points, 26-0, with 11 seconds to go in the half.
Certainly worth noting, too, Mokel, if he's unable to go, the very experienced backup quarterback, Eli Anderson, is also out tonight with a messed up collarbone. So,
is that a technical term?
Yeah, messed up collarbone.
No,
Yeah,
I shouldn't joke about that. But
I know
that's a big.
Yeah,
he's a guy. He's the holder for place kicks. He's played some receiver, and defensive back.
Right.
And right now, Mokel having that right leg worked on. 11 seconds to go in the half, and just a disastrous end of the half for Slippery Rock after it looked like the Rockets were going to come up with another defensive stand. They did, but then the turnover. Mokel is up, but he's going to need assistance getting off. He can put no weight on his right leg.
Oh, boy.
And now if you're Slippery Rock, you're down to number 3 quarterback.
Yeah, that's certainly not an enviable situation here. And, again, that's where if you have, Eli Anderson, who, started a couple of games last year, got that nice win against Sharon as the starter last year. So, but he is out too. Got hurt a couple of games ago from playing wide receiver.
Extra point will be forthcoming. And the big question now is who's going to play quarterback for Slippery Rock? We will see what Rockets do coming out in the second half. They have a couple of really young guys listed as quarterbacks, but that'd be quite a time to get thrown in there.
Oh, boy.
Samuels to kick out of Smith's hold. Snap is a little bit bad. Smith now picks up rolling left. Pitch back to Samuels. Samuels back to his own 19. Samuels will throw it near side. It's caught by Smith. The 2-point conversion is good. Razzle-dazzle for the Steelers. Samuels to Smith. The 2-point conversion is good. 28-0 Farrell with the lead.
Yeah, breaking out all of the trickeration out of the playbook tonight. As Ant Pagisi, he has a lot of that stuff up his sleeve. And, again, we've talked about the, very few mistakes this team makes. We've talked about their execution of plays like that. And to me, it all comes down to that guy that's walking down there about the 30-yard line. Ant Pagisi, this is a team that is well coached and certainly in command of under the command of their coach, and we've seen it in this first half on display.
28-0 with 11 seconds to go in the half. Well, the kickoff forthcoming. Don't forget at the half, we'll have a scoring recap, team and individual stats, and Chris will have the Lock, Stock, and Barrel halftime update. After tonight's game, we have the O'Neill Coffee Player of the Game and the Lock, Stock, and Barrel Play of the Game. That's coming up later tonight. And then after we sign off, Aaron and Darren, Aaron Byro, Darren Steele, the Warner Homes and Improvements fifth quarter scoreboard show until 11 o'clock tonight as we wrap up the 9th and final full week of the regular season.
Yeah, I can't believe that. Again, we go those first couple of weeks, it still sort of smells like summer, and it seems like the beginning of the season for a while, and then boom, all of a sudden we're like at week 8 and week 9, and wonder where the regular season goes pretty soon. We'll be walking into college stadiums and stadiums like this one for playoff games with the snow flying.
Samuel's kick, bouncing around, still bouncing, finally picked up at the 12-yard line. It's Sabo with it. Sabo chopped down at the 23-yard line. The Farrell kick unit downfield. Danny Odom down there to make a nice open field tackle. Sabo cut down at the 23-yard line with 7 seconds to go in the half, and we'll see who the quarterback is for Slippery Rock.
Yeah, it's that old question. Do you put one of the young quarterbacks in, or do you put, kind of an experienced running back in? It looks like that's what they're going to do. Looks like Maddox Allen is going to be the quarterback, at least for the last play of the half here.
Maddox Allen is in there, as Chris said. Sal Mineo back there with him.
Yeah, Mineo is actually the quarterback.
It is Mineo, and he will take a knee. And that will end the first half. The Farrell Steelers getting it done offensively and defensively tonight. They go to the locker room leading 28-0. Chris and I will come back with a full halftime show after this on News Talk 790 WPIC.
In 1973, something wonderful happened in Sharpsville. That's when Lock, Stock, and Barrel opened their doors and served their first of now over 3 million giant submarine sandwiches. They still serve 42 whole subs on 15-inch buns. Lock, Stock, and Barrel also offers burgers, specialty sandwiches, wraps, gyros, salads, wings, and even breakfast. Call 724-962-5503. Lock, Stock, and Barrel, proud sponsors of the Sub of the Game and Play of the Game.
Honey, wake up. I just had the worst dream.
It's okay. Go back to sleep. It's just a dream.
No, the bathroom vanity was made of old milk crates, and our kitchen cabinets were ugly painted plyboard with no handles. They gave us splinters. It felt so real.
Don't wake up from nightmares like these when you could have the home of your dreams.
Warner Homes and Improvements in Mercer have made dreams come true with quality remodeling services, superior customer care, and direct from the manufacturer price savings. From kitchens to bathrooms to decks to roofing and siding, you'll be glad you chose Warner Homes and Improvements. Visit the Warner Homes and Improvement showroom at 407 South Erie Street in Mercer or call 724-662-4600. Warner's Home and Improvements. Quality you can trust since 1958. Online at warnerconstruction.com.
Attention baby boomers. Wall Street is lying to you. Welcome to Legacy Financial Strategies. You've probably heard Dave Goldner and Sherry Marini on the Legacy Financial Strategies radio show, The Dave and Sherry Show. We're on WPIC. What if you could preserve your nest egg by reducing your taxes? What if you could protect your nest egg from stock market risk? What if you could defend your nest egg from the ravages of healthcare costs? Thousands of clients can't be wrong over the last 60 years combined. To get a copy of the complete guide to living a tax-free retirement, go to www.legacyfinancialpresents.com. Remember, if you want to preserve, protect, and defend your nest egg from the stock market, the IRS, and healthcare expenses, go to legacyfinancialpresents.com now.
The Halftime Show is brought to you by Lock, Stock, and Barrel, serving giant subs to the Shenango Valley since 1973.
And we're back here on News Talk 790 WPIC. Ryan Briggs here along with Chris Birch. Aaron Byro back in the studio. It is halftime, and the Farrell Steelers at home lead Slippery Rock 28-0. Chris, before we get to the scoring recap and some numbers, just your first half thoughts.
Again, you just can't help but be impressed with all of the things that Farrell does well. We know about the talent of their skill players. We know about the ability, I guess, of their players, but they do so many of the little things well. They execute. You never see not enough men on the field or too many men on the field. They are super well coached, and they just kind of took control of this game right from the start and have been impressive, really, from bell to bell.
Farrell opened the game with a 7-play, 35-yard touchdown drive that used 3:38. Kylan Wilson, a 3-yard touchdown run. Lamont Samuels with the extra point made it 7-0. And then Farrell extended the lead to 14-0 with 56 seconds to go in the half. Danny Odom catching a 10-yard touchdown pass from Cabron Smith, capping a 9-play, 53-yard drive that used 4:58. 14-0 was our score after one quarter. In the second quarter, Wilson a 3-yard run to cap a 4-play, 26-yard drive. That drive began at the 26 after mishandled punt snap, extra point blocked, and thus it was 20-0. Farrell was driving and poised to extend the lead, but Slippery Rock comes up with the interception. John Sabo intercepted Cabron Smith inside the 2, and it appeared that we would go to the locker room at 20-0, but Slippery Rock had to run one more play. And coming out from the goal line, quarterback William Mokel on a sneak. The ball was knocked loose. Marion Norris picked it up at the 2.
Improvement Showroom at 407 South Erie Street in Mercer. Or call 724-662-4600. Warner's Home and Improvements. Quality you can trust since 1958. Online at warnerconstruction.com.
When the finest cuts of meat combine with just the right amount of fire and seasonings, you don't need anything else except a fork and a plate. Get ready for the most amazing dining experience ever.
When you're out with your friends or looking for a place to stop before or after the games, Vay's Pub & Grill is the place for you. Open Tuesday through Saturday with happy hour daily from 4:30 to 6:30. Vay's Pub & Grill, East State Street in Hermitage.
The Halftime Show is brought to you.
Plex, Lou Falcone Field, Anthony Palika Stadium. 28-0 Farrell with the halftime lead. Ryan Briggs, Chris Birch with you tonight. Aaron Byro in the studio. We gave you the scoring summary moments ago. Time now for the team and individual numbers. First, the team stats on the Farrell side. Steelers, 46 rushing yards, 149 passing yards. Farrell, 195 total yards on 34 plays, an average of 5.7 yards per play. Farrell, 9 first downs. Slippery Rock, -3 rushing yards, 19 passing yards. So 16 yards on 23 plays. Slippery Rock averaging 0.7 yards per play. The Rockets, 2 first downs tonight. Individual numbers for Farrell. Quarterback Cabron Smith, 10 of 13, 149 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Kylan Wilson, 5 catches, 106 yards. Lamont Samuels has caught 2 passes, no net yardage. Julius Phillips, a 27-yard catch. Danny Odom, a 10-yard touchdown reception. Brandon Chambers, a 6-yard catch. Chambers, the leading ground gainer, 14 carries, 54 yards. Samuels ran twice for 9 yards. Kylan Wilson, 2 carries, 6 yards, 2 touchdowns. Cabron Smith has been sacked 3 times, so he's in the hole yardage-wise, -23. On the Slippery Rock side, quarterback William Mokel, 4 of 9 for 19 yards. Maddox Allen, 5 carries, 10 yards. Mokel, 4 carries, -6 yards. He's been sacked a couple of times. Sal Mineo, 4 carries for -7. John Sabo, 2 catches, 10 yards. Sam Schwartz, a 10-yard catch. Maddox Allen, 1 catch, -1 yard. Other numbers of note, penalty-wise, Slippery Rock, 3 flags for 15 yards. Farrell, 2 penalties for 15. Time of possession, Farrell, 14:41. Slippery Rock 9-19. Farrell 3 of 7 on third down. Slippery Rock is 0 for 5. 28-0 Farrell with the halftime lead. For some more scores from around Mercer County and District 10, it's time for the Lock, Stock, and Barrel halftime update, brought to you by Lock, Stock, and Barrel, located in the Sharpsville Plaza in Sharpsville, open 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday. And without further delay, here's Chris Birch.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. Great job with the stats, as always. A lot of great games going on. In Region 1, you have Mercer, or the Mustangs, putting together a great season. They're up 14-8.
If we
might
can,
be a bad memory.
Yeah, although here's the thing right now, Chris. Warren is going to be 5-4 after tonight.
Right.
They're 3A in that 3A mix. Hickory trailing right now. Hickory's 3A.
Yes.
Hickory loses. Hickory's 4-5.
Right.
And we know subjectively, Hickory's one of the best 3A teams in District 10.
Correct.
There's no doubt about it.
There's no doubt.
Hickory's a team that you think about what Hickory's done this year. Hickory could go in and they have the parts. They could win the District 10 title in 3A.
Would you? I mean, again, I'm speculating huge here. They beat a probable, or at least someone that's going to be in the mix for the 1 seed in Grove City.
Correct.
Yeah. So that's all you need to know.
Again, it comes down to when you look at it, and there will be perhaps some out there would say, well, Warren plays in a league with all 3As and 4A teams. Hickory's in with 3As and 2As. Now, if you put Farrell in that league, okay?
Yeah.
Sharpsville, who's 2A. You put Greenville, who's had its struggles this year,
right?
Playing those teams.
Greenville 7-2 in that league.
Yes. That's the bottom line. And but right now, that's with Warren's going to be 5-4. But what's Hickory going to be after tonight? It's hard. It's a hard thing to argue.
Yes.
When you look, and again, we'll see what Hickory does.
Right.
Taking on Sharpsville. That game's on Sports Radio 96.7. But anyway, Chris, back to the Lock, Stock, and Barrel halftime update.
One of the teams you mentioned, Oil City, a good 3A. They're having a bit of a tussle with their local rival Titusville. 14-7 was the last score we got on that one. Up in Region 5, these are the 3A Erie County schools mostly. Fort LaBeouf is up 14-0 over Corey. Fairview up 20-4.
Designed to help you feel confident in your decisions. We specialize in lifetime income planning. We have been helping our clients for over 40 years, offering the confidence that a prudent strategy can help provide. Let us help you. Visit our website at leavealegacy.com to learn more. That's leavealegacy.com. Or call us at Legacy Financial Strategies at 800-264-4963. That's 800-264-4963. You'll be glad you called. I guarantee it.
The third quarter is brought to you by Warner's Homes and Improvements, making dreams come true since 1958.
Welcome back to Farrell. Ryan Briggs and Chris Birch with you. They've put 3 minutes up on the clock, but Slippery Rock has not returned to the field. The Slippery Rock band is just exiting now. So we may be a little bit late in getting started here. We'll have to wait a little bit more.
Yeah.
But a couple of updates, the dessert, if you will, for the Lock, Stock, and Barrel halftime update. Sharon now leading Greenville 35-6 at the half.
Okay.
And Northeast leading Fairview 22-20.
Yeah.
Northeast scoring right at the end of the half. And Chris, going back to our discussion of the 3A playoffs, and I know that Aaron and Darren will talk about it at length in the post game, the Warner's Homes and Improvements fifth quarter show tonight. Fairview tonight also is 4-4 coming in. If Fairview falls, if Fairview loses, Fairview would be 4-5. And Fairview has a win over Warren.
Right.
So now you start, it can get very, things could get, with the way Hickory right now trailing 14-0 at the half to Sharpsville.
Yeah.
Again, there's a lot of football left to be played in that game and the Northeast Fairview game as well. But and you wonder also, too, will any of the games next week, some of the teams have picked up games, some haven't.
Right.
Will they factor in? You never know.
Right. Well, certainly from our perspective, the two of us who, we want Mercer County teams in the playoffs and we want them to stay alive as long as possible. Go Grape Pickers. That certainly would be a good thing for any of our teams that would finish with a 4-5 or 5-4 record. As far as looking at resumes for the committee. So yeah, that potentially could be a good thing Certainly for Hickory, who's 4-4 and down 14-0 to Sharpsville at the half.
Northeast, of course, opened the season against Farrell over at Memorial Field at Westminster College in New Wilmington. Yeah. Head coach Javon Johnson, Mercyhurst prep grad, played a long time in the Canadian Football League, was CFL Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Played for a number of teams up there. And Great Pickers have been playing really well down the stretch.
Yeah, and they played well in that game. Certainly, that the final score of that one was lopsided, but if you've watched what Farrell has done to these, terrific teams in Region 3 throughout the season, Northeast was right there with the, about the same score as all of them.
One last update to squeeze in. It is now 21-0, Sharpsville leading Hickory. So the Blue Devils coming in on a 2-game slide. Hickory had won 2 in a row, but the Blue Devils getting the upper hand tonight at Hickory. We'll take a 30-second break. We'll come back with the third quarter. We promise. Right after this, you're listening to News Talk 790 WPIC.
Today, we're discussing what does a roof mean to you?
It means that I don't get rained on when I'm inside.
It means I can play my music loud and the neighbors can't hear it.
It allows my family to safely shelter in place.
It means that we can be protected from outside germs.
It's where we can dance through the quarantine. To me, a roof means a home.
The Penn Ohio Roofing and Siding Group can help keep your family safe now more than ever. Go to pennohiorc.com to start your installation today.
The third quarter is brought to you by Warner's Homes and Improvements, making dreams come true since 1958.
Welcome back to Farrell High School. Ryan Briggs, Chris Birch with you tonight here on 790 WPIC. Slippery Rock and Farrell. Slippery Rock on the road, white jerseys, red numbers and letters, silver pants, red trim, silver helmets. And for Farrell, navy jerseys, gold numbers and letters, gold pants, gold trim, and the navy helmets with the block F on either side in gold for Farrell. Chris, obviously, big story here, Slippery Rock. William Mokel, starting quarterback, injured at the end of the first half. The backup quarterback, Eli Anderson, is out.
Yeah.
And we see across the way, it looked like Sal Minio is warming up. He may be the guy here in the second half.
Yeah, and, offensive coordinator Chris Saunders, of course, was here back in the Hathaway era when Slippery Rock ran a lot of the, kind of that triple option stuff with basically a running back, a quarterback for a couple of quarterbacks in a row. So certainly Minio fits that mold. So we could see some of that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here.
Two other updates right before the third quarter kickoff. Cockerton leading Maplewood 12-0. A bit of a surprise, perhaps.
Yeah.
And also in Region 1, Cambridge Springs has inched ahead of Mercer 16-14. Van Jones, a 74-yard run. Those two teams could meet in the first round of the playoffs.
And I tell you what, don't sleep on Cambridge Springs. They're good. That's a good team. That's a good program. I know you and I, have a lot of respect for their coaches and what they try to do up there. So that's a good team heading into the 1A playoffs, and Mercer's got their hands full, as we expected.
Farrell will kick off to begin the third quarter, going left to right. Lamont Samuels has 5 guys to either side of him, but the respective quintets are outside the numbers on each side. Nobody within about 30 yards of Lamont. Now the guys will start running in towards him, and the kick is away. Straight on kicker sends it downfield, and Sam Schwartz fields it at his own 15 for Slippery Rock. Schwartz to the 20, and he runs right in to Marion Norris, leading the kick team down there. Julius Phillips down there also, and Slippery Rock will begin this drive, the first drive of the second half, at the 22.
Yeah, it does. It looks kind of just huddled around. It looks like it will be Minio. As I was going to speculate that when we were talking about that, but I didn't want to be wrong. But, yeah, I think that's what they're going to go with here. Almost like kind of the Wildcat offense to start the half with Mokel being dinged up.
Mokel injured on a sneak coming out from his own goal line late in the first half. Injured his right leg and fumbled, and Mary Norris ran it in for a touchdown. 1st and 10, and Minio will give it to Maddox Allen. Allen off the left side across the 25 to the 26. The aforementioned Marion Norris in there again. And all flags come flying in at the end of the play. Kylan Wilson and Matthew Craddy were mixing it up here on the near side, and it looks as if they're going to get Wilson for the personal foul. They get the second man through. Now Wilson's going to come out, at least for a play, as Anthony LaCamera will check in. Kylan Wilson trying to plead his case, but nobody's listening.
No, and I love that about the Farrell coaches, right? Yeah, he was wrong, but so were you. So we don't want to hear it. I love that. That's their MO when one of their guys gets a penalty.
Happen out in the middle of the field, or in the middle of certainly everybody's view. So it's a dead ball foul. And the ball goes out to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 3 on the run, 15 more on the penalty. First down, Slippery Rock. And it'll be first down, third first down of the night for the Rockets. Now the line judge is explaining it to Anthony Pegues, the Farrell head coach on the near side. Now, conversation is becoming a little bit more animated on the near side.
I wonder if they're talking about the yardage that was marked off.
No, it's 15 from the end of the play.
All right.
No, I think it's the fact that there was a penalty called that it wasn't offsetting.
Okay.
Or the whatever. Minio out of the shotgun will give it to Maddox Allen. Allen into the line will be stacked up right there and get nothing, perhaps lost half a yard.
Yeah,
Norse and Gibson among others on the tackle.
Yeah, I was just going to say the thing about Minio in there is it certainly kind of makes the Slippery Rock offense pretty predictable, and that's certainly not something that you want to be against this Farrell defense, and that's certainly not a knock on Minio. It's just that
he's the third quarterback.
He's the third quarterback. He's a running back, right? He's a receiver. He's an athlete.
3 receivers bunched to the right, and Minio will keep it, runs into Allen, and then runs into Malachi Shepard. LaCamera in there, along with Kean Wade. Minio will lose 4 back to the 36. It will be 3rd and 15 for for Slippery Rock, with 10:40 to go in the third quarter. And run into your own guys, one thing, and then when you run into Malachi Shepard, good luck.
Yeah, I think they're trying to create a little misdirection there, as Minio decided to keep it with Allen going. But yeah, the whole timing of that got knocked out of whack when they ran into each other.
3rd and 15. Rockets 0 for 5 on third down. Allison motions from left to right. Minio back to pass, throws it downfield, incomplete, intended for Sam Schwartz on the slant route. Julius Phillips on the coverage. It is 4th down, and the punt team will come out, and will be Kingerski back out there to punt. Minio had been punting, but they'll get Kingerski back in there now with 10-12 to go in the third. Wilson and Samuels deep for Farrell, back at the Steeler 30-yard line.
Yeah, Kingerski, remember that first punt, it was nearly blocked, was hurried a little bit, and was just kind of shanked out of bounds by Kingerski, and then Minio punted the next 3.
Good snap. Kick away, angle to the far side. It hits and goes out of bounds inside the Farrell 45. It will be marked out at the 42, a 22-yard punt for Kingerski. And Farrell takes over. 10:06 to go in the third, leading 28-0. Moving left to right. Now they respot it at the 41-yard line. But one of the stories of this one tonight has been the field position game.
Yeah.
It has certainly been in Farrell's favor. Steelers have started at the Slippery Rock 35, the Farrell 47, the Farrell 20, the Slippery Rock 26, the Slippery Rock 44, and now here the Farrell 41.
Yeah, and what they've scored on they've scored on all but 3 possessions, right? Yeah,
they've certainly taken advantage of it.
Yeah, right. Yep.
Cabron Smith alone in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left on the short side of the field. Wilson in motion left to right, shovel pass forward. Wilson trying to get some blocking, finds it upfield to the 50. Wilson brought down by Sal Minio right near the lead stick. It will be a first down for Kylan Wilson, a gain of 11 on the shovel pass.
Yeah. Wilson just has that shake ability where his shoulder pads are shaking, and you don't know exactly which way he's going to go. A little almost Walter Payton-esque, the way he gets out in the open field and keeps you guessing.
Yeah, the top half oscillates a little bit, but the feet are going north and south.
That's a great way to put it. Oscillating, yes.
It's a good crossword puzzle word too. Crossword puzzle word. No, Al Campman loves doing crossword puzzles during Coach's Corner on Saturday mornings. He's a Farrell grad, Farrell legend.
Yes.
Give to Brandon Chambers. Chambers over the left side inside the 45 to the 42-yard line, where Chambers will be wrapped up by Brett Gausick. I mentioned Coach's Corner. It will be on Sports Radio 96.7 tomorrow, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. George Abraham and the aforementioned Al Campman. Farrell grad. He's a pretty fair quarterback at Farrell.
He was so good.
He'd love to play in this offense.
He really was. Can you imagine? Yeah. I love to take people into the front of E.J. McCluskey Gymnasium and show all those pictures, and, of course, Coach Campman and a few of those championship pictures in the lobby.
The 72 state title team in basketball. That's 9 to 11 tomorrow on Sports Radio 96.7. Second and a long 4 for Farrell. And it's a screen pass to Kylan Wilson in the left flat. Wilson across the 40 down to the 37. Needed 4.5, picks up 5, almost 6 on the play. Wilson's 7th catch of the night. He's already over 100 yards. That'll put him at 123. Wow. Smith now 12 of 15.
Briggsy, are you as impressed as I am about how the Farrell Steelers have expanded their playbook since we saw them in week 2?
Well, they certainly have.
Week 3, yeah. I mean, it's amazing.
They've added a lot, but it's not a case of just doing a lot of things for the sake of doing a lot of things.
They're doing all these things well, yeah.
1st and 10 at the 36. Wilson slot left inside of Odom. Phillips, Samuels, Chambers wide right. The ball's on the far left hash. 3-man front for Slippery Rock. Cabron Smith in the shotgun. Smith awaiting the snap from Brian Phillips. Wilson in motion left to right. And fake the handoff. Smith will keep it. Smith down to about the 32-yard line. Ran into Brody Galsick, and then Brody Galsick is grabbing at his left arm.
Yeah. Hey, you think whenever you see somebody doing that, you worry about, the pec or the shoulder or something like that. Think about all the trouble TJ Watt for the Steelers has had with that.
Gain of 4 for Cabron Smith on his first designed run of the night. He was sacked 3 times tonight. Those, of course, in high school football count against the rushing numbers. 2nd and 6, Chambers now aligns himself in the backfield next to Smith. 2 receivers to either side. Give to Brandon Chambers. Chambers will be upended by Brett Galsick along with Blaze Mullen. Chambers, a patient run. Picks up 6 to the 26. It will be just shy of the first down. So call it 3rd and inches from the 26.5-yard line. Chambers now 16 carries, 65 yards tonight. Smith, empty backfield, comes under center, gets the snap from Phillips, and he will follow his big senior center downfield inside the 25 to the 24. And the Steelers convert on 3rd and inches with the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, again, we've talked a lot about it, but I think you go into the Farrell game thinking you don't want to give up big plays. You want them to have to kind of have long drives. But after watching this tonight, that can't be anybody's game plan anymore. They are excellent at these long, sustained drives where they pick up first downs and keep the chains moving.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. Call it the 23 as the umpire comes in and puts down the ball. Just outside the 23. Samuels in motion. Shovel pass to Lamont Samuels around left end and runs into the teeth of the defense. Nowhere to go at all. Brett Galsick in there for the Rockets. Minio finished him off. Lucas Allison the initial hit. And it will be a loss on the play for Lamont Samuels. It's his 3rd catch of the night, but he's still in the red in terms of receiving yardage.
Hey, how hard is Slippery Rock's defense playing? They are playing really hard. Yeah, it's 28-0, 6:03 to go in the 3rd quarter, but they are still really getting after it. And that's how you get better in a game like this, right? So, yeah.
Slippery Rock will not see anybody of Farrell's caliber in the District 10 3A playoffs.
They will not, no.
And that's not a knock on the 3A field. That's just how good Farrell is in 2A.
This team is elite.
2nd and 12, back at the 25. Smith, reverse pivot, toss to Chambers. Student body right. Chambers brought down from behind by Isaac Bell. No gain for Chambers. Might have even lost half a yard. Well, Isaac Bell, nose tackle. He's been all over the place tonight making tackles for the Rock tonight.
He has really put together an amazing season, since coming back from that early season illness. He's just tenacious. He just stays after it. Stays after every play till it's over.
3rd and 13 now for Farrell back at the 26-yard line. Farrell moving left to right. The wind is at Farrell's back. Steelers 4 of 8 on 3rd down tonight. Phillips wide right on the short side of the field outside the numbers. 3 receivers left. Smith in the shotgun. Smith throws it over the middle, and a nice grab made by Danny Odom. Yanked it out of the air, and Odom brought down at the 19-yard line. Tackled by Maddox Allen. Odom's 2nd catch of the night. They'll give him 8 to the 18. 4th and a long 5 now for Farrell. The Steelers are into the McCandless Ford red zone. McCandless Ford, Mercer, and Meadville.
That was a very impressive catch. He had to, extend himself, go up, get it. It was all hands, and he knew he was going to take a pop from Maddox Allen.
4th and a long 5. Smith out of the shotgun, throws it on the near side. Phillips makes the catch at the 15, breaks a tackle. Phillips to the 10, finally brought down near the 5-yard line. Originally did not have enough for the first down, but broke free to Julius Phillips. He'll give Farrell 1st and goal at the 6. It's a gain of 12.
Yeah, Phillips is another guy whose shoulder pads oscillate when he runs. He just, again, you think you have him hemmed in, and he keeps the feet chopping and the shoulder pads moving in a different direction, and able to get away from the first wave of tacklers and pick up a first down.
This is the 11th play of the drive. It's a drive that's used over 6 minutes now. Wilson and Phillips wide right. Snap to Cabron Smith, and Smith flattened in the backfield. Lucas Allison, Blaze Mullen in there, and Smith will lose a full yard, bringing up 2nd and goal now at the 7.
Braden Rich kind of blowing the play up, too, by kind of plugging the original hole. Rich has played very well tonight.
Second and goal at the 7. Smith will hand it to Wilson. Kylan Wilson around left end. Wilson takes it in. Touchdown. Kylan Wilson, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the night. And Farrell extends the lead to 34-0.
Yeah, I love it. The Kylan Wilson, again, kind of angry about a few things that happened earlier in the game. And then, some of his coaches giving him the business. So he ran angry that time, broke a couple of tackles, and got into the end zone for a Farrell touchdown.
The drive, 12 plays, 59 yards. It used 6:42, and Farrell extends the lead to 34-0 with the extra point pending. Samuels kicking out of Smith's hold. See a few of the Farrell folks packing up their belongings. They want to get home in time to listen to the Warner's Homes and Improvements 5th quarter show. Smith will now pitch it back to Samuels. Lobs it into the back of the end zone, incomplete. The 2-point conversion fails, and it remains 34-0. Farrell extends the lead thanks to the 12-play touchdown drive. Kylan Wilson's 3rd score of the night. We'll come back with the kickoff after this on News Talk 790 WPIC.
Paradise and 3 tropical flavors inspired by the Hawaiian coconut tree Niu. Niu at select grocery stores, restaurants, or at NiuVitals.com.
It's always summer with Niu.
Thanks for coming in. How can we help you?
I'm just having a hard time. I don't know what you can do. No one understands.
Just coming here was a great step. Now that you're here, let's figure out what your next step will be. We'll work on it together.
Community Counseling Center of Mercer County offers care for adults, children, and families. Our mission is to help individuals and families live healthy and fulfilling lives. Community Counseling Center of Mercer County, 724-981-7141 or cccmer.org.
The 3rd quarter is brought to you by Warner's Homes and Improvements, making dreams come true since 1958.
Lamont Samuels about to kick off, has it teed up at the 40 with 3:24 to go in the 3rd quarter. Ryan Briggs and Chris Birch with you. Kick on the near side, bouncing around, still loose, and Farrell recovers it at the 37-yard line. Julius Phillips jumped on it. 2 Slippery Rock men had a crack at it. Neither one could corral it. Farrell takes over in Slippery Rock territory.
Yeah, just sort of...
So the Steelers will take over at the 37. The ball bounced off a couple of Slippery Rock men. That will go officially as a lost fumble.
Looks like there's some kind of discussion with the officials about something, and they're having Coach McGeese come over. You can see right away some of the Farrell players were looking at what the officials were talking about. So.
Oh, they got the re-kick. Was the ready for kick not given?
That was it. So you could see a couple of the Farrell everybody on this half of the field was celebrating. The Farrell players on that side of the field were were trying to track a discussion by the officials, and that was it. So,
well, no, let's see. The officials put illegal formation. So that's what the the indication is. So the kick doesn't count as a very trite song being played in the background. Farrell will have it now, kicking off from the 35-yard line. And it wasn't as if they were trying for an onside kick. It was a squib kick downfield.
Kick, right.
If people are wondering, hey, it's 34. Why? It's not. They're just. It's a directional kick. It was 25 yards downfield.
Right. Yeah, so, you could say. I mean, Coach. It looks like Coach Pegues is kind of doing what we talked about in the pregame, just trying some things out here in the regular season finale that they wouldn't get to practice, necessarily in practice, work on in practice, and.
We'll try it again. Lamont Samuels has it teed up at the 35 on the near hash mark. 6 men to his left, 4 to the right. Slippery Rock return man is Brett Galsick. Kick angle to the near side. It hits the 20, and Sam Schwartz fields it at his own 18-yard line. Schwartz will be dropped by Rondell McClinton and Marion Norris at the 27-yard line, and Slippery Rock will put it in play there with 3:17 to go in the third.
Yeah, well done there by Schwartz. That was not an easy ball to kind of pick up off of the turf. Marion Norris right there for the tackle, and Slippery Rock will bring that offense now led by the emergency quarterback, if you will.
Sal Mineo doing the quarterbacking. Yeah. William Mokel, the starting quarterback, injured late in the first half. The backup quarterback, Eli Anderson, injured coming in, unavailable, so it's Mineo running the offense. And the Rockets will take over at their own 27, moving right to left. Sabo wide right, Lucas Allison slot right. Brett Galsick slot left inside of Sam Schwartz. It's Mineo and Allen in the backfield. 4-man front for Farrell, high snap. Mineo fakes the handoff, trying to get around the right side, breaks a tackle. Mineo upfield to the 35, and finally brought down out there close to the 40-yard line. Nice gain for Sal Mineo, picks up 12. Chaz Mercurio on the tackle, but Sal Mineo nets a dozen.
Yeah, there's that misdirection, right? That's the misdirection that certainly in this formation, in this offense, that Slippery Rock is trying to create. And, yeah, you had the two linebackers go with Allen on the fake handoff, and then Mineo is able to get out into the open after he broke the first tackle.
We'll get you an update on Reynolds Lakeview after this play. They're in the third quarter like our game is. Mineo rolling left, and now he will go off the left side, and he'll be dropped at the 40-yard line. Pickup of a yard on the play for Mineo. Bringing up 2nd and 9. There's LaCamera in on the tackle. Tymar LaCamera. Gain of 1 to the 40. Reynolds leading Lakeview 20-6 midway through the third quarter. Reynolds looking to clinch the Region 1 title outright. Lakeview looking to get a share of the title.
Yeah, Lakeview not making it easy.
2nd and 9. Mineo gets a snap, give it to Maddox Allen up the middle across the 45. Out to about the 46-yard line for Maddox Allen.
That was actually Galsick, Briggsy.
Okay, Galsick with a rare carry in recent weeks.
Yeah, he's when basically he's been out on offense, most of this second half with William Mokel out, so
he's taken Mineo's spot, who's taken Mokel's spot.
Right.
3rd and 3, the 46. Mineo, give to Galsick. Galsick over the right side has the first down and more, but there's a flag thrown by the line judge on the near side that may wipe out what would be a first down run for Galsick.
Yeah, might have been that hold right at the point of attack, right where the original hold is. Yep.
And it is holding, and it will be 3rd and long now. Farrell with kind of a mix of first and second teamers out there at this point.
Right.
See a few starters out there, but see Lamont Samuels quarterbacking things back at safety. But a mix of the ones and twos out there right now.
It's perfect that Samuels would be quarterbacking that, right? Because he's on the first team, he's on the second team, he's he's everywhere.
So the run canceled out by the holding penalty, and it's from the point of infraction. It goes back to the 33-yard line, and it is now 3rd and 16, a 13-yard flag. 4th flag of the night on Slippery Rock for 28 yards. Farrell, 4 penalties, 35 yards. Minio rolling left, the lefty looking, throws it downfield, and along the near sideline, the catch is made by Sam Schwartz along the near sideline. Gets about half of the necessary yardage. Be marked down at the 41, gain of 8. It is 4th and 8 for the Rock. With a minute 22 to go, third quarter.
Rolling Minio to his left, the lefty Minio. Hitting Schwartz out there in the left flat. That's actually the same play that they ran the first play of the game, right? Mokel to Schwartz.
Mokel righty rolling left.
Right.
4th and 8. Brett Gausick motions left to right. He's over to the wide side of the field. And now timeout Slippery Rock. Rockets take time with 58 seconds to go in the third. We'll take a break as well. Come back with more third quarter action after this on your home for high school football all season long. News Talk 790 WPIC.
Regional Health Foundation presents a community collaboration workshop on October 31st. Hone your skills for collaboration and learn how to implement and support a collaborative culture in the community. The in-person workshop will be held from 9 a.m. to noon on Monday, October 31st at Penn State Shenango Auditorium in Sharon. RSVP online by October 24th at BuellRegionalHealthFoundation.org/collaboration. Presented by Buell Regional Health Foundation.
The third quarter is brought to you by Warner's Homes and Improvements, making dreams come true since 1958.
It'll be 4th down and 8 for Slippery Rock coming out of the timeout. Rockets have the ball at the Slippery Rock 41, along with Chris Birch. Ryan Briggs with you tonight. Aaron Biro producing tonight's game. Aaron and Darren Steele, they're getting the vocal cords warmed up for the Warner's Homes and Improvements 5th quarter scoreboard show coming up after we sign off. Farrell with the lead here at home, looking to close out region play undefeated. 4th and 8. Minio, 3 receivers to the right. Now Gausick motions from right to left. Minio back to pass. He's going to send one downfield. It is a jump ball, and it is intercepted back at the 27-yard line. Julius Phillips comes up with a takeaway. Phillips and Samuels doubled on Sabo, and Julius Phillips comes up with the interception, and Farrell takes over at its own 28.
Yeah, Phillips coming over from that free safety position, just kind of floating over there, and it was a nice ball thrown by Minio, and Sabo did certainly maybe have a step on the corner, but Phillips able to just kind of swing over there like a center fielder and make the interception.
So each team with 2 turnovers tonight now, and Farrell takes over with 50 seconds to go at the 28-yard line. Cambridge Springs has opened up a 32-14 lead on Mercer tonight.
Wow.
That game has 7 minutes to go in the ball game. Game on Sports Radio 96.7, Sharpsville and Hickory. Things are getting very interesting in Hermitage. 21-14 now.
Nice.
And Hickory has the ball after stopping Sharpsville on downs in Sharpsville territory. Mark Slazak, Bob Greenberg with the call on that one. Sharpsville, like Farrell, in Class 2A. Hickory and Slippery Rock are 3A brethren. Of course, Slippery Rock winning at Hickory 23-20 on Nick Kingerski's late field goal a few weeks back. Farrell 1st and 10, Wilson in motion. Smith will shovel it forward to him. Kylan Wilson upfield to the 35 to the 40. Gets past Sabo. Kylan Wilson in Slippery Rock territory to the 30, to the 20. Kylan Wilson goes to the end zone. Touchdown Farrell. 72 yards. Kylan Wilson's 4th touchdown of the night.
Wow. He just went to a different gear. He just got out, bounced out there, and there were some white shirts kind of around, but he was able to just get to that next gear, turn it on, and dive into the end zone with 2 Slippery Rock players hanging on him. He's special. That's all you can say.
Kylan Wilson, 3 touchdown runs, now a touchdown catch. 8 catches, 195 yards tonight for Kylan Wilson. And now Farrell will line up for the conversion. Gabron Smith now 16 of 19, 256 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
Kylan Wilson going 72 yards for the touchdown, and Farrell getting its 11 men lined up for the extra point. Malachi Shepard's trying to help one of the young guys out there. So Farrell has Antoine Sharper out there, and Malachi says, "You go here, Antoine." Snap a little bit high. Smith gets it on the tee. The kick, a line drive. It clears the crossbar. It is good for Lamont Samuels. And Farrell extends the lead to 41-0. 40 seconds to go in the third. Chris and I will come back with the kickoff on News Talk 790 WPIC.
Reinhardt's Insurance Agency is proud to honor their Mercer County male and female athletes of the month. Reinhardt's honors West Middlesex golf star Kate Sowers as the September Female Athlete of the Month. Reinhardt's Insurance also honors Sharpsville football standout Colin Summers as the September Male Athlete of the Month. Congratulations to West Middlesex's Kate Sowers and Sharpsville's Colin Summers as they are the September Reinhardt's Insurance Agency Athletes of the Month. Go to reinhardts.com for more information.
Take your pick of the patch with O'Neill Coffee's signature fall drinks. Pumpkin is the cream of the crop with our cozy creme brulee, fall fantasy, and harvest moon flavors. Top any of them with our all-new pumpkin cold foam for an extra kick. Check out O'Neill Coffee's new line of amazing travel mugs, hoodies, and beanie hats to keep you toasty as the weather cools down. Located at 14 Fair Street in West Middlesex, Pennsylvania. Open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m.
The third quarter is brought to you by Warner's Homes and Improvements, making dreams come true since 1958.
Welcome back to Farrell High School. And Tajmir Gibson will kick off. It's fielded by Cade Grossman, one of the upmen for Slippery Rock at the 44. He'll fall on it there. Looked like Tajmir didn't kick it quite as low in terms of hitting the ball.
Yeah.
Sort of topped it, and Grossman able to field it at the 44, and that's where Slippery Rock will put it in play as we approach the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, that was exactly it. It was just like the, pulling your head off of a golf shot a little bit and hitting it on the top and it being a worm burner.
Mercer not going away. Mustangs have cut Cambridge Springs' lead to 32-22. Troy Bachman's 60-yard touchdown catch.
Okay.
And there's still 7 minutes to go in that one.
Lots of two-point conversions in that game.
Yes. And we have reached the end of the third quarter here. Farrell on top, 41-0. Chris and I will have the fourth quarter after this on News Talk 790 WPIC.
Move to a senior living community where you can receive help with daily living. Consider the Heritage or the Ridgewood at St. Paul's in Greenville, Pennsylvania. The Heritage and the Ridgewood are personal care residences offering private apartments with as much assistance as you need. Plus, services like meals, housekeeping, transportation, and social and spiritual programs. Call today for more information. 724-588-7610. St. Paul's provides equal housing opportunities.
Vay's Pub and Grill is proud to award the September 2022 Mercer County Team of the Month. Vay's is proud to announce that Grove City Boys Cross Country are the October Mercer County Team of the Month. Congratulations to Coach Michael Sample and his outstanding Grove City Cross Country team, as they are the September Vay's Pub and Grill Mercer County Team of the Month.
Coming out of the quarter break, the snap to Sal Mineo. Mineo will go over the right side. It's the 50 to the Farrell 47. Kean Wade in there on the tackle to bring down Mineo. On the first play of the fourth quarter, Mineo will pick up 9 to the Farrell 47-yard line. Mineo now 8 carries, 11 yards tonight. Taking over at quarterback, William Mokel, injured at the end of the first half. Mineo, the number 3 quarterback. Give to Brett Galsick. Runs right into Brian Phillips. Phillips, the starting center. Also plays some on the defensive line, and that time showing that he maybe should play a little more on the defensive line as he blew up that play. No gain.
There's a lot of guys on this Farrell second team that could be, that could certainly be somebody else's first team all-region kind of a player.
Third down and a yard for Slippery Rock. Rockets move left to right in the fourth quarter. White jerseys, red numbers and letters, silver pants, red trim. Farrell Navy jerseys, gold numbers and letters, gold trim, gold pants, Navy helmets. 3rd and 1, 2 receivers to either side. Cade Grossman slot right inside of Sabo here on the near side. Mineo will follow the blocker through the hole. Mineo pops out of there. He has the first down, but a flag behind the play thrown by the referee. And that may wipe out. In fact, it will wipe out the gain for a first down, a pickup of 5, but it is holding against Slippery Rock.
Yeah, good little surge there by the Slippery Rock offensive line, and a really nice kind of picking of the hole there by Minio. But yeah, just going to be called back because of the hold. It's just such a desperate struggle, against Farrell. Farrell's defense, and you see those holding calls sometimes just because guys are fighting for their life and they can't quite do it with the perfect technique.
10-yard penalty back to the Slippery Rock 43, 3rd and 11. Rockets 0 for 7 on 3rd down tonight. Grossman slot left. It's a 4-receiver set. Minio fields a high snap, rolling left. Minio will head upfield. Now cutting back to his right. Minio able to get outside the numbers. Minio to the 45. Minio knocked out of bounds. Near the 40 of Farrell. He'll have enough for the first down. Sal Minio with some nice maneuvers. He'll be marked out at the 42. Pickup of 15 for Sal Minio on the run.
Yeah, got a nice little block from the freshman Owen Long just into the game that sprung those last couple of yards there by Minio. Really nice work by Minio there.
Both teams mixing in some starters and reserves. So we have 9 minutes to go in this one. Maddox Allen, wing to the right. Minio is the back. And it's a new ball carrier, and he is greeted rudely by the Farrell defense. Marion Norris in there, along with Rondell McClinton.
Yeah, that was Owen Long again. He welcome to Farrell. There was about 4 blue shirts in on him right as he was handed the ball.
So Owen Long on the carry, and he'll lose 3 back to the 45-yard line. 2nd and 13. Farrell on top, 41-0. Steelers will go to 8-1. Slippery Rock will wrap up the regular season 5-4. Minio gets the snap, running left, cuts along the left hash mark, drags a man forward, gets to the 40. Gain of 5 yards, bringing up 3rd and 8 now for Slippery Rock, which just picked up its first 3rd down conversion of the night moments ago.
Yeah. What the formation for Slippery Rock is they have their second team guys in at the skill position spots, with a lot of the starters still on the offensive line. Looks like that's kind of what they're trying to make something happen here with.
Maddox Allen still in at running back right now.
Yeah, he just came back in. Yeah.
Minio, the number 3 quarterback, gets a shotgun snap, back to pass. The lefty throwing the ball downfield, and it is intercepted. Picked off at the 18-yard line, as it is going to be Zion Scarborough coming up with the interception for Farrell, the 3rd takeaway of the night for the Steelers. And Farrell takes over at the 19 with 7:18 to go.
Yeah, he was trying to find Sam Schwartz kind of behind the defense, and just ball was kind of short there, and Scarborough able to come up and get that interception. So Scarborough do some nice things on the basketball court last year for this Farrell team. So using that ability there is.
Farrell taking over at its own 19, moving right to left. Steelers certainly have to be one of the favorites in the West in Class 2A. And you still have to get through District 10.
Right.
Potentially a rematch with Sharpsville. Northwestern, Seneca, Mercyhurst all up north.
Yep.
Wilmington locally, they'll be factoring into the playoff bracket as well. And before we have anything else, that'll leave them with one left. We'll take it with them. Farrell in command. Back with more fourth quarter action after this on 790 WPIC.
A community is more than just houses, buildings, and streets. It's the people who live and work and contribute to making life for themselves and the people around them better. Attorney Bill Motor believes in the young people who are this community's future. Attorney Bill Motor would like to say good luck, good health, and best wishes to all the players, coaches, band members, and cheerleaders in today's game and throughout the season. Attorney Bill Motor, 2500 Highland Road, Hermitage.
The fourth quarter is brought to you by Shell Restoration, the area's #1 roofing, siding, windows, and gutter installer.
Welcome back to Farrell, coming out of the timeout Farrell has it 1st and 10 at its own 19 after the Zion Scarborough interception. Talking in Class 2A, a team that two teams outside of District 10 to keep an eye on perhaps for Farrell. District 8, Westinghouse, which just pummeled Butler earlier this year.
Yeah, you got Steel Valley, Beaver Falls, Stowe Rocks kind of on the top of the District 7 list.
Handoff comes to Kylan Wilson on the near side. Wilson across the 40 to the 45 and brought down out there by Grossman. But Kylan Wilson, another healthy gain. First down for Farrell. And then Wilson salutes the crowd and checks out, presumably for the final time tonight. His home finale here at Palica Stadium.
Yeah, certainly a great night for him here on his senior night. Good open field tackle out there by freshman Tim McCreary for Slippery Rock. What happened?
There's a flag way back upfield that's going to wipe out a good portion of the run. And it's going to be holding against Farrell, and will be put down at the 30 or the 28. So credit Wilson with 19, and then go back 10 on the penalty. Actually comes out to be 1st and 1 after all that.
What?
Not something you see every night. Smith will give it to Rondell McClinton. McClinton will be stacked up and driven back. Grossman there on the tackle for Slippery Rock, among others. We also see Robbie Foster, who's the snapper for the PATs and extra points. He's out there making a tackle, and it's a loss on the play. A couple for Rondell McClinton.
Yeah, Foster grabbed him by the ankles and would not let go and hung on till the other white shirts got there. Yeah, this Farrell team, you talked about Westinghouse. We mentioned Steel Valley, Beaver Falls, Stowe Rocks. Certainly there'll be some good teams out east, but it's not one of those deals where you say, "Oh, Farrell's got to worry about that." I think all those teams have to worry about Farrell. That's.
You also have Central Clarion out of District 9, undefeated. 2nd down and 3. Handoff goes to Rondell McClinton. That time McClinton with some running room over the right side. Takes it out across the 35 to the 37. Gain of 11 for Rondell McClinton. And Farrell picks up its 15th first down of the night.
Yeah. JV's Slippery Rock getting some action tonight. They're going to take on Knock tomorrow morning as Farrell was not playing this JV game.
1st and 10. Give to McClinton over the left side, and McClinton that time stacked up. Loss of 2 back to the 35. Knock getting turf for next year.
Yes.
So good friend Scott Briggs, no relation.
Yeah.
He's the radio play-by-play man for the Knock Knights, and Knock AD Kurt Reiser, one of the best men you'll meet anywhere. Of course, was a head football coach at Teal for a while. He's down at Knock now.
Right.
And so Slippery Rock will be taking on the Knock Knights. So
had his youngest daughter, Ellie, go through Slippery Rock High. Great kid.
She's playing soccer at Denison University now. Yep. Loss of 1 for McClinton, back to the 36. 2nd and 11, 4-man front for Slippery Rock. And a new quarterback in for Farrell. And it's Jermaine Jackson. The snap is over his head. And he goes to pick it up, and then he gets upended. The ball pops loose. There's a scramble for it, and Jermaine Jackson comes up with it. So, lost back inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. That was a.
Okay.
There are a lot of highlights tonight for Farrell. That play, not one of them.
Kind of mistimed his jump on there, and then one of the Slippery Rock players had a chance to jump on the ball, but instead jumped on the quarterback who didn't have the ball.
Jermaine Jackson, who's done a lot of kicking off this year for Farrell. Now we have a stoppage and a timeout. Believe it should be 3rd down. Or now what do we have? We have an indication. And yardage is going to be marked off against Farrell, and Anthony Pegues would like an explanation. So as we make our way towards the finish line with 2 minutes to go, Farrell will go to 8-1 overall, 7-0 in the league. Slippery Rock will be 5-4, and then 3-4 in league play. We will have a short post game, and then we'll send you to Hermitage for bonus coverage.
Oh, nice.
Of Sharpsville and Hickory. Holding, declined. So now it'll be Slippery Rock ball, Farrell ball, third down, back at the 23. 3rd and 24, and the clock will start on the ready. We'll have our O'Neill Coffee player of the game, Lock, Stock, and Barrel play of the game in our post game. Reynolds leading Lakeview 28-14. Still 3.5 minutes to go in the third of that one. 3rd and 24, Jermaine Jackson at quarterback. Gets the snap, running to his left. Trying to get around left end. He has some room. Jackson to the 35. Jackson, the long strider to the 40. Flag behind the play, however. Jackson at midfield. Jackson in Slippery Rock territory, knocked out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Gain of 42 for Jermaine Jackson, but looks like it's going to come back. The Farrell fans who have stuck around, they're not happy.
No, you love to see a kid, a backup kid go in and make a play like that,
and one of the fans said it was fertilizer. If that went out over the air, we apologize for that. Probably not the first time that's happened, but we still don't like when it does.
Right.
And try to figure out where they were and get realigned.
Right. That's the officials. Sometimes people want the officials to referee situations, and occasionally that's possible. But if you're an official, time, score, you're not looking at that stuff. You're looking to see if there's a hold, and if there's a hold, and you think you see it, you have to call it. That's just the way that profession is.
Yeah, because every play is graded.
Correct. Right. So why not just let the kid have his moment? But no, there was a hold.
3rd and 17 at the 30. At the 30 is snapped to Rondell McClinton. McClinton brought down by Cade Grossman for a loss back at the 26. And that will be the final play of the ball game as time is down to 10 seconds. Clock rolling. And the Farrell Steelers conclude Region 3 play at 7-0. A 41-0 win tonight over Slippery Rock. We'll take a break, come back with a post game after this on News Talk 790 WPIC.
Okay, class. Today we're discussing what does a roof mean to you?
It means that I don't get rained on when I'm inside.
It means I can play my music loud and the neighbors can't hear it.
It allows my family to safely shelter in place.
It means that we can be protected from outside germs.
It's where we can dance through the quarantine. To me, a roof means a home.
The Penn Ohio Roofing and Siding Group can help keep your family safe now more than ever. Go to PennOhioRC.com to start your installation today.
Paradise in 3 tropical flavors inspired by the Hawaiian coconut tree Niu. Niu at select grocery stores, restaurants, or at NiuVitals.com.
It's always summer with me.
Aaron, what do we need break-wise?
It's more than take me from here to there. And I expect my insurance to do more too. That's why I chose my agent and Erie Insurance. They offer first accident forgiveness and the service I deserve at a price I can afford.
Your Erie agent in Hermitage is Reinhardt's Insurance. Get a quote at 724-342-2291.
Erie Insurance services are provided by one or more of the following insurers: Erie Insurance Company, Erie Insurance Property and Casualty Company, or Flagship City Insurance Company, home offices Erie, Pennsylvania, or Erie Insurance Company of New York, home offices Rochester, New York. An equal opportunity insurer.
If you're thinking about a move to a senior living community where you can receive help with daily living, consider the Heritage or the Ridgewood at St. Paul's in Greenville, Pennsylvania. The Heritage and the Ridgewood are personal care residences offering private apartments with as much assistance as you need, plus services like meals, housekeeping, transportation, and social and spiritual programs. Call today for more information. 724-588-7610. St. Paul's provides equal housing opportunities.
On the go, no time to stop? That's when you'll love the Medicine Shop Pharmacy's drive-through window service at 1740 East State Street in Hermitage. Next time you have a prescription to get, or vitamins, medication, bandages, any kind of health need, simply call ahead and place your order with our fast, dependable, always convenient drive-through service window. To place your order, call 724-983-8451. Our friendly drive-through window service keeps you right where you want to be, in the driver's seat.
Did you know that Mancino's Driving School can give you your driver's test? That's right. Mancino's Driving School provides an approved Pennsylvania Department of Education certified driving course as well as behind-the-wheel training. Mancino's Driving School offers one-on-one, on-the-road driving lessons 7 days a week with day and evening hours. They use only certified driving instructors that have undergone extensive background investigation. For details or more information on adult training, go online to mancinosdrivingschool.com.
A community is more than just houses, buildings, and streets. It's the people who live and work and contribute to making life for themselves and the people around them better. Attorney Bill Motor believes in the young people who are this community's future. Attorney Bill Motor would like to say good luck, good health, and best wishes to all the players, coaches, band members, and cheerleaders in today's game and throughout the season. Attorney Bill Motor, 2500 Highland Road, Hermitage.
Reinhardt's Insurance Agency is proud to honor their Mercer County male and female athletes of the month. Reinhardt's honors West Middlesex golf star Kate Sowers as the September Female Athlete of the Month. Reinhardt's Insurance also honors Sharpsville football standout Colin Summers as the September Male Athlete of the Month. Congratulations to West Middlesex's Kate Sowers and Sharpsville's Colin Summers as they are the September Reinhardt's Insurance Agency Athletes of the Month. Go to reinhardts.com for more information.
Take your pick of the patch with O'Neill Coffee's signature fall drinks. Pumpkin is the